Buy them if you want to have fun. Opening them, if that brings you joy, it's great, but it's a poor financial value.
Even, but like going back to that thing I was mentioning before about how I can't hear me.
Well, that's a you
Okay,
problem.
I'm not plugged in.
When I like, I like buying them because it feels like I'm amassing a fuck ton of cards that I can build decks with.
That's
right?
why I'm buying.
That's-
That's why I buy packs, because I don't have much of a collection.
That's
so I'm
one.
enjoying,
Yeah, that's one argument. But
I'm enjoying just getting shit. But if you have like a ton of shit and you're really looking for like 3 things, just buy them.
I think the reason though that like what separates it apart for me is that it's like if we all are just buying singles, then we're just making these kind of like crazy decks. Which there is an argument that's really cool, but like I think it's cooler when everybody's just like building decks from like what they've managed to amass from pulling cards, trading cards, or buying like a whole set.
$6,000 worth of decks with
Or
the
that,
packs.
but buying old commander decks. Like I bought an old commander deck literally just to take it apart and use because like you have like there were 7 cards that I really wanted, and they were all in that commander deck. I was like, okay, I'll just buy that fucking deck then.
How is that different than buying singles?
Because I got the whole deck.
I know, but you were buying the singles in the form of a whole deck.
There's an argument.
You got more with it, but you knew exactly what you were.
That's
getting.
what I'm saying. I think it's that I feel like I'm getting more value out of it if I'm getting a lot of cards than just going and paying some guy like a couple bucks for
I get that.
a lightly played or near mint card.
Yeah, I look. At the end of the day, I think there's validity to both. I like both options, and I think it just comes down to what makes the most sense for you in this moment with what you're trying to achieve.
Drewy, you play Pokemon competitively. Please let us know on Discord whether or not people like Lucas and I who are holding out on buying singles are fucking idiots.
Or if the new guard who just got back into this game sees absolutely no reason to not buy specific cards that you want. Now, and this is where it comes back to like not being an asshole to your friends. Like, yeah, there are decks on TCG Player that are literally $10,000.
Yes.
And like, if you're just some rich asshole and you just buy a whole deck of just the most oppressive shit, that sucks. Don't be that guy. But like, I think like buying a precon and then swapping out like 5 or 10 cards by buying the singles, like I think that's a valid strategy. I think buying packs, amassing what you can, and then filling in your gaps with singles is a good strategy. Because to your point, you were saying like you don't want to like just buy all the best shit and then just like fuck up your friends. That's not fun for anybody.
Or not even just that, right? Like if everybody's just like buffing their decks with these cards that like, just for the point, like for the intention of just being as OP as possible, that just feels not as interesting to me. That makes the game less interesting.
Yes.
As far as I'm concerned.
But
because anybody can do that. It's easy, right? It's so easy to just go on the internet, pull up a deck list, and welcome back to SHUDcast!
How long were you going to let him go?
As long as necessary.
Yeah.
That is the point of this.
Yeah.
It is.
To talk.
Yeah.
So that people will listen to us talking.
Welcome back to SHUDcast!
I'm Commander Curtis.
Oh.
Cromander Curtis.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's my own game.
I'm Austin. I can't think of one.
I'm Codemander.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
Cody.
Commander?
Oh, wait.
Good.
Oh, just I'm Commander Cody.
Yeah,
there you go.
But Codemander Cody's
Codemander
even
Cody's
better.
even better.
Yeah, I'm not going to... Yeah.
It sounds like a card.
I had a gym teacher in high school that called me Commander Cody because he was a big fan of Commander Cody and his Lost Planet Airmen, the country band.
Oh, okay.
Which I was like, they're maybe the only person besides my father that knows who Commander Cody in the last
Commander
place.
Cody,
Yeah, they're still living at least.
And I'm Luke Commanderus.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We're the horror movie podcast. We discuss the films that freak you out and the friendships are even freakier. And that segment that you just heard is our Let's Get More Women to Listen segment.
Yes, we're launching a sister podcast just to get more women. It's called SHUDcast Casts, where it's about us playing Magic.
Slinging spells at each other.
Magic gathering the puss.
They're all just coming in.
But the most just in a fucking sleeveless shirt, track pants.
That's what we're gonna call
Magic Gathering the Puss.
That's what we're gonna call our store. Magic the Gathering the Pussy.
Toxica.
It's gonna work, guys, because we're nice.
We're nice, cool dudes.
We're cool dudes.
People
We're not-
will like this store.
Yeah, we're not like nice guys who are incels. We're like nice dudes who like want you to come in our store and don't give a shit if you don't know how to play because we'll take all your money. But also because you have a space and we don't want some guy, Lucas, as you said, in a Sith robe to be yelling at you.
That's the thing that always I get so confused about when people get so gatekeepy and weird about like their nerd hobbies. It's like I get that like at one point you were bullied and persecuted for your hobbies, and so that's like your reactive measure is now that you have the power is to abuse it. But like, shouldn't you be excited,
dude?
That some new person.
We're the whole
God.
country is under the what is it like rule over one of these guys?
Yeah, that is
basically.
true. That is true. One of those guys.
No,
is
absolutely.
But wouldn't you be excited? Someone new is like,
kidding
"Hey,
me?
this thing looks interesting," and
That's
you get
the
to be
best.
like, "I get to show you."
I get to teach you. This is mostly why I do this show. Is I get to tell people about all this
about
bullshit
movies
that
you
I
love.
watch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So I
that'd
don't
be
know. I don't
so
know why
exciting.
some of these nerds get so weird.
I often like I walk into those places and I'm like, I do not feel welcome here.
Never.
No.
I've
No,
never
what's that
once
about?
felt welcome.
And fuck that.
I felt tolerated at best.
When
Like,
Quentin
I
and
am white. Excuse me.
I should
why
have
am
a table wherever I go.
when Quentin and I decided to get into Warhammer, we walked into the there's a Games Workshop relatively close to here, and that's like a Warhammer like centric store. And we walk in, I'll never forget it. Opening the door, and there are two. I'm just gonna say human beings
Okay.
Okay.
standing up and pointing and screaming at each other at the top of their lugs, and pointing at a ruler. And a bunch of dice and screaming at each other, and there's another person standing next to them with their hands just in their hair, and just this look of just horror and shock on their face.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand a word they were saying, but it was like, is this what's
gonna
about to
happen to me?
happen?
Is
This is
Right?
what I'm becoming.
And then, but Quentin and I, we left, and we got all our shit. We left, and we had made it a pact. We're like, we're never gonna have to go in those places because we're just gonna play together, and it'll be cool. Like we'll try to get some other people. And then Quentin recently told me that he's out, and I can't get anybody else to do this with me. So
play
I've now
Warhammer?
accepted
Play
that
Warhammer?
Yeah, so now I've accepted that I'm gonna have to go, and
You're gonna have to go to the.
I'm gonna have to go to those places.
Yeah.
Can you wear a body cam
Dude,
for us?
I think I'll have to wear
Yeah.
a body cam and body
100%.
armor.
Yeah. Those glasses.
I don't know about
Yeah.
body armor.
Those recording glasses.
Yeah, wear some of those.
Oh, just to record them as they scream
There's got to
at
be
me.
a good documentary
No,
about
no,
this.
no! The paint's wrong. The paint is wrong. I can already hear it.
Were they mad about the paint?
I don't know what they were mad about specifically that day because I was so ill-informed about Warhammer that I had no idea.
We need a good like King of Kong documentary about this type of stuff. I hope it
Oh,
exists.
yeah.
You know King of Kong?
I do.
No.
Those, oh man,
What is King of
great
Kong?
doc
Oh,
about
fantastic documentary.
mostly two guys trying to beat each other's world records for King Kong, the arcade game.
They go like back and forth.
And like just imagine like in the universe of American movie, like more people like that, but battling over arcade.
It's
games.
crazy.
Colvin.
Because like the guy who has it is like just the douchiest fucking guy.
The worst.
And like he thinks he's such hot shit because he has the world record in Kong, and he wears like a suit, and he's got like long like straightened hair.
Like a
Aren't
bolo
you-
tie.
You're a Sandler-phile. Like, have you not seen Pixels?
What?
Pixels.
What was the first word that you said?
Sandler-phile.
Sandler file.
Like Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
Oh no, I haven't seen Pixels.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I haven't either.
And I'm,
Really?
Is that
and
guy in that?
Pretty good. No, well,
Pretty good.
What's his name? Tyrion Lannister. Not Tyrion. What's his name?
Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage. But yeah, he plays that like overly confident douchebag
Okay. all
video
right.
game
This
guy.
is a real life that guy.
That guy, yeah.
And it's crazy because
Outstanding.
like the guy who challenges him like maybe had the record,
Yeah.
but there was like this controversy about like the machine or like his video
Yeah.
glitching, and so then there's all this weird like hierarchical like cover up like
Yeah.
to cover up and protect this guy's score. It's fucking crazy how like weirdly political it
Wait.
gets on a Donkey Kong. What is it? What's it
Donkey
called?
Kong, yeah.
Donkey
Yeah.
Kong score, the original Donkey Kong.
I want the documentary that you're talking about. I want that, but for people that play Magic.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah, we need that.
I think it'd be fascinating.
Is it
I
Magic?
think Pokemon might be worse.
Yes, but from what I understand, Drewy, tell us. But is it Magic or Pokemon where the guy like didn't like what the other player was doing, so he just picked the card up and then ate it?
That
and
was
then screamed,
Pokemon game.
illegal deck.
That was a Pokemon game.
You know about this?
No, what?
So two people were playing at a competition. The one guy plays something, the other guy's like, "Fuck that!" Picks the card up, eats it, and then screams, "Illegal deck!"
Calls the judge over for an illegal deck.
Could you imagine?
Was it
Imagine being
illegal?
that guy?
Well, technically,
Well, because he
was-
didn't have enough cards.
Yeah,
Because
he-
one got
Oh.
fucking eaten
That's
by
what
a
happened.
psychopath.
It's the best story I've ever heard. It's amazing.
I would scream in ways I've never screamed if someone had the gall to eat something of mine and then accuse me of wrongdoing.
Get this man on an X-ray right now.
Just wait till he shits. There's going to be
sir, I'm
cardboard.
sure he ate the card.
It's the
Make
fucking
him
best.
yak right now. I'll give him $100 if
him
he
yak.
yaks right now.
Taking mukbang to a new meeting. You know what I mean?
Oh, nice.
Muck. Yeah. For you Pokemon fans out there.
Is that a Pokemon?
Yeah.
Oh,
MUK? Tell me I'm probably wrong. I don't
know.
think so though. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I noticed something. I noticed a couple of things. We mentioned a delightful human named Drewy. Austin, who is that, and where can you interact with him?
Drewy is a wonderful, wonderful person who's a part of our Discord. We talk every day about all kinds of cool stuff, including trading card games, but also mostly horror movies and music, all kinds of stuff. We're multifaceted people. And if you
Books.
want to be on that Discord, all you got to do is go to Patreon, type in SHUDcast or the SHUDcast. I don't remember. And give us $3 a month. That's it. $3, and you get to be on the Discord. $5, you get a mini episode and full video of our main episodes. That's it.
yeah.
$5, fucking nothing.
You get to
Just-
see all the dumb shit that comes out of our mouths.
This is true in real time. You get to see our faces.
So along with that, we have news in that if you are a member of the Discord, you saw one of our minis where we drafted 2025 horror movies, and it was up to members of our Discord to vote on the coolest lineup, in which I won.
Yes.
You won?
I won
That
that.
was finalized?
Wait,
Yes,
what?
I won that.
Are you sure?
He did win.
Yeah, see, Austin says it. That means it means something.
Doesn't mean anything.
I like what
Um,
he just said. I hate what you just said.
Oh my God! I just saw what Dr. Horse put.
Yeah.
I've been out of town, so like I haven't. I'm so behind.
Wow, yeah, Curtis won. Oh, wow, I only got the one vote. Oh, no one voted for yours, Lucas. No, 0 people voted for yours.
I got a T-shirt made out of.
One person voted for mine, and that was me.
So I'm not going to complain too much because I won, but I did go to the movies the other day, and we'll talk about the movie I watched. But I saw a movie. I saw trailers.
All
Saw
right,
at
right.
least 3 trailers.
Hold on, real quick.
Yeah,
Before,
what?
before
What?
we continue, you did win.
Yeah.
But do you know how many votes you got?
Do you know how many people voted in the general election?
You got 3 votes.
Yeah.
There were 6 votes
I got
total.
2.
Listen.
Cody got 1.
Do we
Lucas
not
got
want people
0.
to think that people exist on our Discord?
There
The
were
general public needs to know how many people exist on our Discord.
We
Exactly.
absolutely have more than 6 people on Discord
Yeah.
who are active, and I don't know why they chose not to vote. But I'm just
Exactly.
saying, let's not act like this is a landslide
Because they probably like
victory.
never even heard any of these fucking
I
movies.
never said any qualification on the amount of victory. I just said victory. So,
Fair enough.
but I was at the movies and I saw a trailer for 3 different movies, so 3 different trailers, where I was like, "Fuck us, we fucked up."
Yes, I felt the same fucking way,
And
dude.
I think mostly it's because a lot of times the release dates aren't set.
yes.
But I was like, "Holy shit!" Like one of us should have definitely picked the new movie by the Philippou brothers.
Yes.
Bring
Oh.
her back.
Yes,
Yeah.
Bring Her Back looks like it fucking rules.
Looks like it's gonna be
Yeah,
awesome.
that-
Together
Together
looks like it's gonna
cool as
fucking
fuck.
rule.
Yeah.
So stoked about that.
God damn it! And then the movie co-directed by Finn Wolfhard looks like a lot of fun.
So that
Hell of a
played it-
summer.
I think that played at Beyond Fest last year.
No,
It didn't.
promise.
He promises.
Okay.
He said it, so it's true.
And every time the Until Dawn trailer plays, it goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're cutting not great trailers out of that.
No.
The first one was pretty good. I don't know what they're doing with this
That
next one.
Hell of a Summer
But-
thing has been like I think looking for distribution for a minute.
They just finished it last year, so maybe, but it wasn't. Wouldn't have been ready to play.
Oh,
Beyond
I have
Fest
Until
last
Dawn?
year.
Fuck.
Yes.
That still, I think, is going to be great.
Jurassic World's going to
Well, 3 of the movies that are on my list already came out.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and we can I think most of us have seen some of them or not or all of them.
Yeah,
I've
seen
seen
one or
all
two.
3 of them.
We're going to talk about
Yes.
more of those tonight.
Yes.
But anyway, I was just like, fuck us. We definitely fucked up. I mean, I still won, so it's only so much. So, but yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting year because there's a lot that we didn't even cover on that is still coming out this
I
year.
know, there's so much good stuff. Tungus,
That's pretty exciting.
as one might say.
Tungus.
This is the first time you
Is
vote.
he still alive?
Cody would have also had 0 votes, by the way, if this wasn't the first time he's ever
Oh, I
voted
know.
in one of these.
This felt different. This felt different. Felt
He
a
had
lot
more
different.
skin in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, voting for things that we already talk about on the show and vote on the show. I don't feel the need to dilute the voting pool with. Okay.
Yeah, that's fair. Seems fair, at least. I don't know.
It's not it's not an unreasonable position. I needed someone to defend me, and I'm going to defend my goddamn self.
Adam Sandler
I'm
didn't
looking
need
at
it.
Liam though. He didn't even chime in. Both
Yeah,
Liams.
No, they did not.
Neither Liam chimed in on this.
Yep, shame.
Did Drewy chime in? I don't think Drewy chimed
Yeah, he
in.
voted for me.
Yeah, he voted for Curtis.
Fuck you. Not you, Drewy. Curtis.
Yeah, he looked at me.
Yeah.
Listener, he looked at me when
See,
he said,
if
fuck
you were watching the video, you would get that context clue.
and you wouldn't have just turned the show off.
The Five Nights at Freddy's pick is what swung jury, maybe.
Maybe. It's,
I
look,
don't see what else could have.
I like that I'm getting by with the cool points and still having that on my team because that almost guarantees a solid run for box
Oh, it's
office.
gonna
like-
make so much.
Well, it's
fucking
because
money.
it's like
Yeah.
you have like
Oh my God.
Sinners, cool points.
Yeah.
28 years later, cool points. Everything else.
Megan is
money.
cool points.
Everything else is money.
money.
I was kind of shocked to hear people groaning at the Megan trailer last night.
Interesting.
Maybe they've just
Yeah.
seen it too many times.
Well, Companion was so good. It's like I don't know if we want another robot movie.
We'll see.
Oh yeah, we can't have two.
I've heard a
Oh,
couple
spoiler
things.
alert. Oh, I guess that's on the trailer.
Yeah,
It is in the trailer.
it's aggressive.
I'm going and I'm excited regardless because I obviously love Megan. I've heard a couple things about Megan too that make me unreasonably
They give you
excited.
pause. Oh, they make you excited.
Was it written by AI?
I don't believe so.
I love the meta of that if it was, though.
That was
Yeah.
my when we did our predictions. That was one of my predictions.
Yeah.
Oh, the Megan.
That
Right.
Megan 2 would be written by
Oh
AI.
God, did we go back and
I don't think.
when
so.
was that?
That was
I've
When did we
listened to
do
that.
those?
None of
Like
it came
two-
true.
What year did we record that? Do we ever address our predictions?
I think it was 23 or 22.
Because I think I also
Ready
said,
for
well,
producer's note.
I had one thing happen late, which was the Friday the 13th show get greenlit.
Okay.
That was one of my predictions.
Yeah.
Megan 2 being AI was another one, and I forget the rest.
I don't,
Yeah.
I don't know
I
any of them.
Couldn't tell you.
I couldn't tell you what I thought about. Wait, wasn't that the episode where you were out of town? And
Yeah, but I gave it to you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
There's a paper trail. I have no memory of what I said.
Well, you'll find out right here.
So Curtis had written this producer's note for me to call us idiots for not remembering anything, but I did say 23, and those predictions were for the year 2023. So we recorded it in 2022, but I was right. I got it. So I'm going to disregard his note entirely and just claim victory.
Should we talk about the other things we watched this
Yeah,
time?
Absolutely.
What we saw in the movie theater.
Fuck yeah.
I will. I didn't watch too much. I'll go.
I think I've
This
got
is
only
incredibly
13.
I started things off, kicked things off fast and ready, based on a certain reaction from Dear Austin Farmer. I immediately jumped. As you said, how much you laughed during Anora. I texted Maddie and said, "Do you want to watch Anora tomorrow?" Fuck.
Oh, I also watched Anora.
Fuck.
Oh, I
Yeah.
rewatched Anora.
Hey! I saw it recently.
It is so funny.
It's so funny.
From that moment, like that middle, like that moment when, from the second that he picks up the priest guy picks up the fucking phone, onward.
It's
It just
hilarious.
It's like a Three Stooges bit for an
Incredibly
hour and a half. It's
incredibly
so good.
hilarious.
And then sad,
Yeah.
deeply
Yeah.
sad.
Just all that shtick of like, why is she tied up? I'm tired. Like, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. She killed me every time. Then a new
Brilliant.
guy shows up. Like, what are you doing? Like, you don't understand.
It's brilliant.
The first, he's got her bent over. He's like, "What are you doing?"
It's so good. It was a great movie.
Yeah, phenomenal movie.
Purely outstanding. I loved it.
By the time you hear it, the Oscars will have happened. By the time you hear this, the Oscars will have happened. I hope that one wins anything it's up for.
I totally agree.
That gets my vote.
Phenomenal. Well, your vote was counted because it did. It won everything. And as it should. It's a great movie. Good job, Anora.
It gets my vote for most things.
Mikey
Mikey.
Madison, incredible actress.
correct.
Absolutely incredible.
And if you see her talk in real life, you did that.
Yeah.
Like her
Yeah.
real life persona.
She's from the Valley, I think.
Is she really?
Yeah, something
Wow.
like that. Then continuing with that, Maddie expressed a desire to watch The Apprentice.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
The film with
Sebastian Stan.
Sebastian Stan playing Donald Trump. Great, great movie.
Yeah.
Like really, really, really solid fucking movie. Very like funny if you're in on the joke, right? Mm-hmm. I had this moment when the movie was over where I was like, this may be a problem.
Yeah.
Because you know how we kind of like when we talk about Fight Club, for instance, well, you're not supposed to do that, but you know when we talk about Fight Club, how
yeah,
we're like,
you mean how we don't talk about Fight Club?
well, what I'm getting
Yeah,
at is that
yeah.
like how we say like looking back, like there's some like people,
Some people.
there's a concern that people watch it and they
get the wrong message.
they get the wrong message, right?
Yeah.
I strongly suspect that some people are going to watch this movie and that it is going to do the opposite of what
They'll
it's
be like,
supposed
that
to.
guy's awesome.
Yes, yes.
Do what he
Yeah.
did.
Because in the beginning, like it's because it's his rise, right? And despite the fact that like they pull no punches and making fun of him, right? I can absolutely see people watching this and going like, "Ha!"
Yeah, of course. You're gonna.
Yeah.
That's the battle you take on when you make a movie about that.
Yep.
You're just like,
Yeah.
doesn't matter what you fucking do. Some asshole's gonna be like, yeah, that's
Some
the
dude's gonna be
guy.
like, "Fuck
That's
it."
my guy.
Yep. But writing, absolutely superb. Just solid all around the movie. Strongly recommend.
I will watch it.
It's a very, very good movie.
I want to watch it.
Yeah. Well, sure. You may.
As someone
you.
who thoroughly did not want to watch it,
Right.
it was worth every moment. I saw Hard Eyes.
Hell yeah.
Who else saw Hard Eyes? You saw Hard Eyes.
I saw Hard Ice.
Talked
saw
about it
Hard
last
Eyes.
time.
No hard eyes.
I fucking loved Hard Eyes.
Hell
It's
yeah.
so it's
I fucking loved Hard Eyes.
what a harken back to just like dumb campy
Just
horror. crap.
dumb, campy,
Yeah.
awesome horror for us. Just so good. I loved it. I know Curtis, you felt maybe a little bit reserved on it.
I think I was too high going in, and I appreciate a lot of it. I think
To be-
there's still a better version of that.
Was it sativa or indica?
It was
but
sugar.
Sugar.
Yeah.
Bad.
He had like 9 ices. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I watched The Gorge.
Me too.
The Gorge.
I love the Gorge.
Oh yeah, the Gorge. I want to watch the.
God,
Gorge.
it's fucking cool.
Yes.
I've heard of this.
Yeah. Guess you know why you don't know it? Because it's Apple TV Plus.
Yeah.
No one ever knows when things pop up on
no.
Apple TV
Do
Plus.
not market anything.
No, they don't. No, they don't. I found out about this just because of like just trolling horror websites every day. Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy.
Directed by
Remind me.
Scott Derrickson.
Scott Derrickson.
Yes.
Just fucking banger.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Banger.
It sounds.
It's a little
awesome.
goofy. It's cheesy.
It's goofy and cheesy, but it's earnestly so.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
it knows it.
Yeah, I love that.
It's really aware.
It's cute. It's
Yeah,
sweet.
Very cute. Like as far as love stories go, like this is one of the more entertaining love stories that I've seen in a long
Yeah.
time. Great, like just great writing, great the chemistry,
It works.
especially
Works
considering
nice.
that they're mostly separated by a gorge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoiler. Now I know there's a gorge in the movie.
Fuck. Very, very good.
Yeah.
Strongly recommend.
And even when it gets to the point where it becomes like CG Monster Fest, it still looks good. And it's not really all CG Monster Fest.
Yeah.
Shot by Dan Lostson, who shoots a lot of John Wicks and some Guillermo del Toro films. So like the person knows what he's
Well,
doing too.
Del Toro.
So, yeah.
Guys gotta
It's
rule.
cool.
It's very cool.
It's really fucking cool.
Are the monsters cool?
Yes.
they were.
Yeah, yeah, and like a lot more like aggro than I expected.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
not the monsters necessarily. Like the aggro, monsters were aggro, but the movie itself was way more aggro than I expected.
I'll be honest. I expect that out of my monsters.
I want them
yeah.
to be
I
aggro.
expect them to be aggressive.
I want them to be, but I just didn't expect
want a
this movie to
pacifist
do
monster.
that.
Oh, okay.
Passive monster. Go ahead.
You know,
Do, do, do.
I'm,
Go ahead.
I'm tired today.
I'm just gonna jerk off.
Monsters can. Oh yeah, that's why monsters don't procreate.
Exactly. They're too busy.
As a Christmas gift for Maddie and I this year, I did a thing that I never thought I would do, and I got us both season passes to Disneyland.
Yeah, you did.
The most wonderful, happiest place on earth.
It's the best, dude. I've been having so much fun.
It's great, yeah.
I've gone 3 times in a month.
Nice.
It's the best. It's just having so much fucking fun. I think she's on 4 now, 5, something like that.
Fantastic.
This is
For the
best.
year?
Huh? In a month.
Oh, just a month. Nice.
No. We got a whole year, but like in the last month, I've gone 3 times. She has gone 4 times. But we've been trying to do this thing where before we go, we watch, like we pick a Disney movie, and then we watch that to then go on that ride, right?
Oh, nice.
So this time we decided to do all 3 of the original Indiana Jones movies,
Nice.
which I had not
Fuck
done
yeah.
in a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
I forgot about some things.
How awesome Temple of Doom is.
I forgot that, like, 'cause Temple of Doom is still the one where I'm like, if I'm picking one just to put on, it's Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
But boy, did I forget
Yeah. Woo! Yeah, it's got
how just flagrant that problem is.
Spielberg did not give a shit. when he was making that
no
movie.
fucks given at all.
I
I
was
read
too busy
that.
falling in love with the female lead.
Well, what really?
Yeah, they're married. They've been married forever since then.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, they got a. He went through a real bad divorce right around this period.
Oh well, what I did not know is that whole the dinner scene that was supposed to be a joke.
Yeah,
I don't understand how, but it was supposed to be.
They're eating all the fucked up stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's culture.
He's like, oh, obviously it's a joke. It's not like serious. It's like I don't understand how you got that when you were putting this together. But still, the one that's most favorite to watch.
Yeah.
I think the only one that is perfect is Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders is a perfect movie.
Raiders is an absolute perfect movie.
Is.
Shoot it into space.
Shoot it into space. It's incredible. Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade is not nearly as good as I remembered.
I mean,
It's great, you weirdos.
The chemistry's
but,
chemistry's cool. Like we like watching.
Yeah.
But it's kind of just like a weird retread of the first one.
It's a retread. It's a weird retread of the first one, and like just with like a litany of dumb. Just like dumb folly after dumb folly.
Sure.
That like the characters make.
It's a good movie.
A
I
fun
like
time. Good fun time though, right? Still
but
solid
that
4
opening
stars.
with River is great.
It's great.
Yes.
It really
So
is
good.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, the opening is maybe the best part of the movie.
Phenomenal.
I was having an evening where I was didn't have the best day, so I decided to make myself feel better because Maddie was gone, and I watched Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
Fuck
my love
yeah.
scene, which is just always a pure joy.
Always the best.
My mom came in and she has recently found
yeah.
this like she loves David Lynch, but my mom's memory of like movies and television isn't necessarily the best as it used to be. She has very fond memories of watching Twin Peaks while she was pregnant with me. And then breastfeeding me while watching Twin
this
Peaks.
is what
That's
happened.
what
Yes.
did it.
Though
That's
she
what
the other day she was like,
got
I think it's so funny that like that, and it's like your favorite. And I was like, well,
Damn good cup of milk.
yeah, right. Yeah, they got a cup of milk that'll kill you. But she was coming into town and she really wanted to watch movies. She wanted to watch some movies with me, so she's like, maybe we could watch some David Lynch films.
Yeah.
So we watched The Straight Story,
So did I this time.
which I had not
Oh.
seen.
Woo!
Wow.
What a sweet movie.
What I mean,
that's all
I
I've
mean, like I was immediately like, this is one of the best movies I've ever seen.
It's fantastic.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's absolutely superb.
Yeah. It's absolutely a David Lynch movie. It's
And
on Disney Plus.
This is one that you could absolutely. This is a Kaylin approved movie. I promise.
Yeah.
Maddie was not a big fan, but I don't think Maddie really vibes with just doesn't vibe with the way that Lynch does characters. Whereas I'm like just injected into my eyeballs.
I mean, it
at all
opens
times.
up with the woman tanning herself on the front, and you're like, yeah, this is absolutely a David Lynch
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Like, what do you?
Yeah,
It's so good.
but then just the way that like the people in that town interact, it's just incredible.
Yeah, I don't
It
want to
just
spoil any lines.
No,
but there's good
no.
shit.
Just
There's
the
such good shit.
sweetest, most earnest, deeply thought-provoking and sad film. Just wonderful.
We could talk about that for a full episode.
Yes, we could.
Maybe we will.
It's so good.
Maybe we will.
Then we were going to watch another David Lynch movie, but Maddie was very. She really wanted to watch The Substance with my mom. My mom, for the first time in my whole life, is not familiar with any of the Academy movies. She has
Okay.
not seen any of them.
Okay.
It's the first time in my life that's been the
Really?
case. Yeah, and I was surprised because when I called her on Valentine's Day to be like, "What are you doing?" She was like, "Oh, me and your dad are watching Moby Dick," and I was like, "Yeah, the famous."
Is that what they call it?
I'll punch you. I'll punch you right in the nose. Right in the nose.
It's your fault for calling them on Valentine's Day.
No, I assure you, it was the Moby Dick movie from like 10 years ago. And
There's a Moby Dick movie. From like 10 years
that's
ago.
what I fucking said.
Was it Patrick Stewart? That was like 20 years ago.
I don't think it's Patrick Stewart.
That one's pretty good.
Maybe it is the Patrick. I'm not sure. I can't remember. All I know is that she started rattling the cast off. I was like, first of all, I didn't know this movie existed. And she was like, it's very good. And I was like, yeah. Whose idea was this? It's
Yeah.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
You're
we know.
you could watch anything.
We fucking know whose idea.
fucking
it was.
anything.
Moby Dick.
What was me and your father's? Anyway, point being, she wanted to watch The Substance, boys.
Oh yeah.
I strongly encourage you, watch The Substance with your mom.
I can think of few things that would go over worse.
Watch
Yeah.
The Substance with your mom.
She would leave.
My mom, by the end of the movie, my mom was like, well, Demi Moore she was just outstanding. that should not be nominated for Best Picture. And I was like, why do you feel that way? And she was like, well, it's not plausible.
It's not.
And I was like, that's not fair. How could you say that's not? What the fuck are you talking about?
See, The Lord of the Rings.
I was like, why is Gladiator able to be nominated and not this?
I know. No gladiators
Fuck's
ever
wrong
looked like
with you?
Russell
Yeah.
Crowe.
That's so funny.
But yeah, what a blast! I think that movie is just so incredible. And I kept thinking back to the conversations that we'd had with you guys about the getting held up on them not really addressing her going back. I actually completely disagree. I think they address it frequently. That
again, I don't think they ever tie. I can't say this for the 90th time on this show. I'm sorry. Continue. Go ahead.
no, say it. Edit it out.
I don't think they ever tie in what Demi Moore's getting out of it by going back.
I think they do, is what I'm saying.
Okay, I need to rewatch it. You've seen it twice now.
I think they absolutely do. And then last night, Maddie had not seen The Monkey yet, so we went and saw The Monkey.
I saw The Monkey!
The Monkey!
Still haven't seen the
I
monkey.
still haven't seen the movie.
Rules. Rips and
Hit
roars.
so good.
I wanna see
Hit
it.
so good.
Also, Cody
Best
just thought it was
fucking time.
okay.
I
Also,
think
Cody
that
is broken.
Also, Cody is not broken. I think that the movie
Also, Cody is not our friend.
I think the movie is very, very, very good. I don't think that it. I think it maybe falls short narratively.
Do you want me to punch him for you?
Have you seen it?
Sure. Go
No, I
ahead.
haven't seen it. It was just a look.
I don't know. I guess I can't. I don't know if I could. That's entirely plausible for it to fall short narratively. It's a very short idea, elongated to 90 minutes, but it feels pretty quick. I don't know. I think every scene, while not moving things forward plot wise, all at least have something to do with the character dynamics with each other and their relationships with death. You know, for a very silly movie, a very funny fucking movie.
Yeah, and it does
That's
a good
all
job
in
with that.
there. You know, there's deep shit in there. I think one of the common complaints I see is that it's like just too dumb and silly. Where it's like, well, there's more going on in here.
I don't think it's.
Yeah.
I think it is dumb and silly, but I think to your point, like it's very, very, very
Yeah.
it's poignant in its message.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, like, I know this isn't like the mainstream audience's thing to pick out, but if you're listening to the show, it's yours. Like, you're not watching a movie made by Osgood Perkins and not thinking about how it like relates to his life somehow.
Sure, right.
Like, you're
right.
just like gonna, you know,
right.
with the way that his unfortunate, his parents had their unfortunate ends, especially. So it's like,
How about his cameo?
oh, that's almost just like a full role. I mean, he's not in a lot, but like, yeah.
I just lost my goddamn mind. Of course,
Yeah.
in the theater last night, like no one. I don't think anybody knew. There was practically a sold out theater. I don't think anybody realized that was Osgood Perkins, and I had to be like,
Sure.
Maddie,
Yeah.
that's Osgood Perkins,
And it took me a second to realize
director.
who he's married to is the Sarah Levy, Eugene Levy's daughter.
Is he really?
Yeah, who is
Really?
not in real life.
Oh, in the-
sorry, in the movie.
Oh, that's Eugene Levy's
TBH.
daughter.
I don't
Yeah.
know if Oz is married in real life. It could be to her, but that's Eugene Levy's, who's in Schitt's Creek.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah. So it's just great. It's so much fun. I had a fucking blast.
It's
I-
a blast.
That's my number
Yeah.
one. I want to go so bad.
It's a blast.
Yeah.
I had a colleague text me the other day, and I told him that I'd seen the premiere a couple of weeks ago, and he texted me saying absolutely loved it. He's like, it will be an all timer for me.
Oh, I see it, dude. I see it.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'll probably watch this more than I'll ever watch Longlegs.
it's because it's
Probably.
way more accessible.
It's way more.
You just
yeah.
pop that fucker on.
Yeah, it's
right?
great. And there are two other I think proper cameos. I didn't even realize were in the movie.
Yeah, and I didn't want to say anything. The one of those cameos I knew was in it because it was in one of the trailers.
Okay,
But I
must
didn't
have missed it.
I didn't want to say anything to anybody because I was like the joy
Yeah.
of particularly the first one where you're like, what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
God, it's great. Watch it.
Go to the theater. Leave now. Just go to the theater right now.
Is it Caesar from Planet of the Apes?
No, it's
CGI
actually the
monkey.
ape from Better Man. Common misconception.
That's what I watch.
Wow. What else I watched? We got through a lot of mine on that one, so I'll
Yeah.
go next. Oh, I watched Eyes Wide Shut for the first time.
I've never seen
Speaking of horror movies,
Yeah.
she does come well in that one.
she,
Right?
she does, I believe. Yeah, she does. In his mind. 'Cause I don't know.
Uh-oh.
I'm trying to think of all the sex scenes she's in this. Most of them occur in Tom Cruise's mind in this one. You haven't seen it.
I've
Have
seen.
you-
Eyes
oh, you've
Wide
seen Eyes-
Shut.
never mind, sorry.
This is more comparing it to Baby Girl. What she did, in
which I
Baby
haven't
Girl.
seen either.
Yeah,
Well, that just shows you how long it's been since she's come.
yeah. Maybe she forgot.
She forgot what it's like.
Guys, Eyes Wide Shut's a masterpiece.
Masterpiece.
Send it to space along with Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Could have gotten Kubrick killed. We don't know.
Very well.
How did,
Very well could've.
how did it get him killed?
It's just exposing that thing. He made a movie about the
oh.
idea of cabals and
Like a
these
high
secret-
society.
these
But what's
Yeah.
but what's so funny to me about it is it's so basic.
it
Like
is
it's
so ba-
really so basic.
Yeah.
Like the only idea is like a bunch of rich people get in a room and fuck each other. It's like, okay, maybe because you're a rich, important person, you don't people knowing that,
Exactly,
but like you're just having
the
sex.
French have been doing this for centuries.
I know. What are we doing here?
Oh, we all know they do. Of course you do.
Yeah. But I think it works so well in the movie because it all reads to me as like Tom Cruise's character, his complete fucking not unearned meltdown once he realizes his wife has fantasized about another man. She tells him once, I thought about a guy. To be fair, she says, I thought about a guy and then left you in this fantasy. But then he just goes on this journey that leads him into the depths of hell. And it's, man, Eyes Wide Shut.
Wild movie.
Anyway,
That's the
Absolute
password to
perfect.
get in.
on the opposite end of the taste spectrum, I watched Captain America: Brave New World. I watched 2 Captain movies this time. That's pretty funny. Captain America: Brave New World.
Hey, why?
Wait, the new one?
Yeah, the new one.
Oh,
Did you see
And-
this yet?
No, I was supposed to, and then I went bowling instead. Thought that I probably will have more fun doing that.
Yeah, you got more Red Hulk in your bowling alley than you would have gotten in
Really?
Captain America: Brave New
Not a lot
World.
of
You've
Red
seen
Hulk?
it all in the trailer. If you've seen the
Fuck.
trailer for this, that's all the Red Hulk you get.
that.
I will not. It's hardly a film. Hardly a film. They've reshot this
Yeah.
multiple times.
Oh, right,
Because
right.
my hang-ups are like, or I guess the other hang-ups that I've heard is like, well, is this actually more of a spiritual sequel to the 2008 Hulk? And that's the problem.
It is way weird.
Yeah.
I don't know who's asking. I like the Incredible Hulk, that '08 movie, well enough.
Is
I
it
don't
the
know who's.
The Eric Bana one?
No, the Edward Norton.
Oh,
one.
the Edward one.
I don't know who's asking for the sequel to that movie. It is so wild. I honestly kind of just feel bad for a lot of people involved because like there were really interesting things I think the Falcon and Winter Soldier show like brought up when it comes to like a black man being the representative for this country. And that show deals with it, and then this movie basically acts like that doesn't exist. That never happened.
That was
Well, you can't do that on too big a scale. There's been some elections since then.
Yeah.
We can't.
God,
DEI is illegal. They can't.
they can't do
Oh,
that now.
so they
Can't talk
kind of
about
did the same
diversity.
thing that happened with the second Doctor Strange movie, where it's like they had all of WandaVision, and Wanda has her resolution in that show. The movie comes out, doesn't matter.
sort of.
So they
Yeah.
kind of do the same thing. They just
It feels
ignore
that
what
way.
the.
It definitely works
Gotcha.
better in the Doctor Strange stuff because at least then you just like it's just her wrath of Rampage, and that's fine because she kind of ends WandaVision that way. I don't know, it's not perfect, but like it kind of works there.
Gotcha.
Here you're like, I don't know. You wouldn't have no idea that Sam Wilson is Captain America if you didn't watch that show. It's so weird. Anyway, that's that. Another
never
Captain.
I'll never know.
Great.
Didn't you just do Marvel stuff? Haven't you watched all of them?
Watched all of them. Yeah, up to a point.
So you will know at one point. We're talking like 10 years down the road. And you're like, you know what? I want to get high and watch Marvel movies.
Yeah, you love Marvel. It's like all you talk about.
It is such a
I mean, it is a staple
Every
of it. Most
time
of the
I
staples
come
that
here-
You're
we
wearing a
talk about.
cape right now.
Every time we're here. Marvel. We're sick of it.
No. It's unlikely.
Oh my god. You have so many Black Widow and Scarlet Witch posters.
The posters have gotten out of control, Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been meaning to talk to you
The
about
waifu Scarlet Witch posters you've got.
this. The pillow is unacceptable.
The big titted mouse pad
You're not supposed to know about
of
that
Black
pillow.
Widow?
Don't
Unbelievable.
don't touch that
Where
pillow.
the wrist
That's-
holder
yeah,
Yeah,
way
is
the
too
wrist
late.
holder's tits.
Ew, those
These
exist, huh?
people, yes.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Dudes probably put their dicks in those.
These anime people
These anime people.
have
Now it's
made
the anime.
mouse pads where like their giant anime tits are like where your wrist rests
Damn.
for your mouth. Oh, I gotta have one of those
I know it's in
Get
the
one
SHUDcast
for your birthday.
That's what we're talking
holiday
about.
bag this year. Now I kind of want one that's the Captain America ass, though. I feel like that has to
That'd be great.
exist. That would
Oh,
be-
that
You
would
got a
be
man,
good.
a man booty?
Well, he talks about it in Avengers Endgame. He's like, that is America's ass. So it's kind of like
Because he's like fighting himself, kind
he
of.
sees his butt.
Which one's the first of those
Jesus.
two? Is it Endgame or
Yes.
the other?
Game's the second one.
I love how like he doesn't. He's just resting his hand on it.
He has cast the mouse aside.
Yeah, he's just
getting
holding it.
no work done.
That's insane. Also, like, fuck anime, make it porn. Just make
so
it a
funny.
Playboy thing.
No, they got to do the anime.
No, see, this is okay because these things don't exist,
Yeah.
right? That's why it's not weird.
What, women?
Yeah. These
Yeah,
characters,
women.
that's their argument. None of it, everything is safe and okay because these are imaginary characters.
Pussy ass shit. Right
I
there.
watched another Captain movie that I would like 1,000 more of.
Underpants.
I watched another Captain movie, Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, wow.
Movie's so cool.
Hammer movie from the 70s. The coolest concept. Yeah, you guys both got hats on.
Yeah, hammer.
Coolest concept for a film, maybe ever. Probably ever.
So cool. Such a
Say
awesome
it,
movie.
Captain Kronos, Vampire
Captain
Hunter.
Kronos, Vampire Hunter.
It,
Is this streaming someplace right now?
yeah, it's on Canopy.
It is on Canopy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Canopy-
World's best fucking
Canopy
streaming service.
rules.
And you would not know that just by looking on Letterboxd, which is silly. It plays like a bad BBC pilot. Not a great execution of all of its great ideas. But man, it's just too cool to like
It's way too
ignore.
fucking cool.
I love it so much.
Loved it immediately.
Hardly works, but it's great.
It's holding on by a thread. It's holding on by a thread. I think my star rating is low for that reason, but it's it never escapes me. It's so cool.
I'm just like, why don't we have 90 of these?
I think that of like those Hammer movies that are like feel like outliers. That and The Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires are the two
Okay.
that always stick out as like the you're kind of holding on by a thread, but you're just so fucking
Too cool to ignore.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Some of these mouse pads are.
Still on mouse pads?
Jesus Christ. Can't even
What do we got now?
look at that one.
That's a butthole.
Well, it's all of it. How do you spell? Is it KR?
KRONOS, yeah. It's such a blast, and it's a solid 90 minutes, you know. It's so cool. So cool. So like we had mentioned, it was Valentine's Day. Jess and I watched Spring.
Spring!
What is
I love
that?
spring.
Is that the mouse? No. Is that poop? What is that?
Is that it's like a encased dick and balls.
That's what I think it is.
like you got a
Yeah, I think-
G-string on or
I think
something.
That's what it is.
Oh my god. Oh, it's facing down. I see. Okay.
What?
Is it?
I thought
What?
I think-
it's facing up towards her. It's over.
It's flopped over.
Yeah, it's flopped over towards
But it's like
you.
in like a.
It's
like
a very 3D experience.
It's in like a pantyhose or something.
Yeah, like a.
Listeners, if you join our Discord,
What
we'll
should they
post
Google?
all of these.
Yeah.
What
No,
should they
don't
Google?
tell them.
You Google. Oh yeah, no. If you want to see
You're right.
this,
You Google
you join-
SHUDcast Patreon.
Yeah, you Google SHUDcast. Oh, here's a guy coming on one.
No.
All right, what's that?
Spring.
Spring rules so hard.
Spring rules. We covered that on
we
the
did.
old version of the show.
Spring rolls.
Yeah, a body horror Hello stream.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
still
loved
rules.
it.
I loved it. I love it even more now.
Even more?
Yeah,
That can't be
we
done.
watched
It-
this?
yeah, it was done.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
I know. I love
It
it.
feels
I
like
want to watch it again. I love
It feels magical in that it feels like, in my Letterboxd review, is like it's the best example of being 25 made by 25-year-olds.
Uh-huh.
Because like it's kind of immature,
Right.
but it's never like gross. It's just like it's like the how before sunrise
Yeah.
is so good too. Like it just feels like a youthful
Oh, I really
stage
liked
of
it.
this of your lives that is weird and tough, and you think you have it all figured out, but you don't. Then you find an ancient mer woman, and you fall in love with her. And
As one does.
it fucking
I love
rules.
those mer women.
I watched another film that I gave 5 stars and think is a masterpiece, and I will say no other words. Inland Empire.
Nice.
Yeah, and I want to do this so bad one day. It's
Cody, you
just, it's
don't.
so daunting.
No, don't do
I
it.
still can't believe that you watched this one.
Yeah. I rented it and I went home, watched it. I was like, don't like that. Never gonna watch that again.
5 stars, masterpiece.
No,
nothing
stop it.
else. I loved it.
He told me, and he said this from like speaking to my like knowing me for as long as he has and as well as he does, and like to my sympathies and tastes in films. He's like, I think you're gonna love this movie.
Mm.
Did I say love?
I think you used the word love.
I think I believe it.
I know you as a kind, intelligent, thoughtful human. I don't think you're gonna like it.
Okay,
You know what you're getting into. So I,
I
think
do.
he's
I
gonna
love.
like it.
Yeah.
We should place bets.
Booster pack.
I bet you his magic card collection.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Mine or Lucas's?
I bet you
Which one are you more
Lucas's.
okay with? Oh, there we go. Deal.
Wait, what,
Yeah!
what was the
Huh?
what's the bet?
You're gonna love it.
No, I don't.
No, the movie. It's a tough sit. I didn't love all of it, but I can't begin to. I've thought about it every day since.
Yeah, it's
Been
own
like
thing.
a week, 2 weeks.
There's nothing like it.
It plays like a weird, decrepit B-side to Mulholland Drive,
It's like a weird home movie too. With the DV of it is just.
and it does take a. And I think, again, I'm whatever. I'm not even going to talk about it. It might. It's an art movie, an experimental art movie, so it's already not for everybody, but it does help knowing a little bit about how it was made. I didn't know that going into it, and I was like, still fuck yeah. But then having like went in and I was like, okay, he did this over this amount of time with no plan. Perfect. I truly, yeah, I loved it.
I'm glad.
Like, should I blind buy it? Should I just buy it?
Yeah.
I'm not a good. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna when the next 4K sale comes up.
They have this on 4K.
Yeah.
Criterion did it, didn't they?
Yeah.
This DV movie is on 4K.
Yeah. They've also recently remastered it so that the DV looks not as shitty.
Okay.
Because the original iteration was almost unwatchable.
I
apparently.
rented a DVD from a video store and it was nigh unwatchable. I was like, "What the fuck's happening?"
Yeah.
It's like remember, like you'll be watching like the Twilight Zone marathon, and you'll
Yeah.
catch one of those ones they did on like tape.
Yeah.
And you're like, "Ugh, what? I don't know what's wrong, but I don't like this."
Yeah, it's that.
It's that.
It's special, man. Then I watched another Wong Kar-wai movie because why not? I watched a movie called Happy Together. Tough watch. I don't know who's listening that is into the continuing journeys of the Wong Kar-wai oeuvre, but if you want
It's you, buddy.
This one happened just before In the Mood for Love. It is the exact opposite vibe of In the Mood for Love. It's about two guys in love who leave Hong Kong in 1996 and live in South America somewhere. And the year's important because 97 is when the UK gave Hong Kong back to China. So there was a lot of cultural awfulness happened around that period. But it's tough because it's like In the Mood for Love is the sweetest, most romantic iteration of love you may ever see in film. This is like still romantic, but toxica. Is that the word you guys? Yes. Extremely toxica. So it's just a hard sit watching two people just fucking fight and be mean to each other for 90 minutes. But
Sounds
still.
like every night at home.
I think it was the look on your face afterwards. It's like smug, like,
I just love to do a stupid hacky joke.
That was good. That monkey. I watched The Dead Thing.
I've been Ow.
Yeah.
Ow, that
Oh,
hurt.
that's
a
the
lot.
worst.
That hurt.
It's the worst.
I've been wanting to watch that,
I quite liked it.
and I'm very. It's Elric Kane.
It's
right?
Elric Kane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm-
His
I'm-
feature film debut.
Oh, it's his feature. I didn't know it was his debut. I thought he'd done a few. I thought he'd done one or two before this.
Nope, not to my knowledge. Elric Kane. Yeah.
We don't need to know this.
Oh, he maybe co-directed an anthology, but
Oh.
yeah. Anyway, Dead Thing, really good.
Yeah.
It took me a second to like get on its wave. Actually, it didn't take me too long to get on its wavelength because I think aesthetically, orally, visually is where it's the strongest. It's when it, like the story is so modern and hackneyed to an extent at this point, but I think done through the lens that he takes it, I was like enthralled the whole time. It's really good. Really good performances. Solid fucking movie. And then I watched, I'm trying to get into wuxia, guys. You know about wuxia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jet Li's Legend.
Oh, yes.
All kinds of shit like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, martial arts films, epic in scale, melodrama, all that shit. I started with a film that I probably wouldn't recommend to start with called The Assassin.
I mean, it sounds awesome.
It does. It looks awesome. Then it's only like an hour 40, which a lot of these are like 2.5 hours plus. I was like, I'll start with the hour 40. It feels like a postmodern take on the wuxia film in that it's like maybe to its detriment, not giving you what you're there for, which is the high flying kung fu. But when it does, it's like quick and really impactful. But it's one of these movies that clearly the idea was in every scene, we're going to start at 45 seconds too early and end at 45 seconds too late. So you're sitting there.
So you can breathe and get ready, and then also decompress.
It really is.
It's considerate.
And
yeah, it's considerate.
I don't know if it really worked, but to some people, it clearly does. To others, I think it's a pretty mixed film across the board. It's what I've seen just reading about it after. But it was a mixed experience for me, but I can't say I didn't appreciate it.
Jet Li does have this like movie trajectory that's very similar to Jason Statham. Of like he has this series of action movies, and eventually they're all the same movie, kind of, and they get variations of the same movie. And I think Assassin is in that mix up of when he starts making weird stuff.
This one?
Is that
This is not Jet. This is not Jet Li.
It's not Jet Li. I'm thinking of another one.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll shut up.
What did you just make up?
I just I
I was gonna say, like, when you started talking, I was like, I don't think Curtis said this was a Jet Li movie. I loved that.
I compared the genre to a couple Jet Li movies that I know that Lucas has seen. Because it's very much not about. It's a purposefully very opposite film to
Also,
that sort of thing.
Never cave. Just keep going.
oh yeah,
Just keep
that's
going.
where you stopped.
Yeah.
Was
Just keep going.
It's like, oh, you've been called out for being wrong, and you're like, you know what? No, he's in that.
No,
He's
just
in that.
keep
He's in
going.
that.
You're right. I think he's right. He is in that movie.
Yeah. See, it works.
That's it.
I have like 3 things. It's
Okay.
been busy. So we, I only have 3 other things. We, on our continuing journey of award bullshit, we watched Sing Sing.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
I hear it's great.
It is very good.
Hell
Do you
yeah.
know like the shtick?
Sort of prison
I didn't know
play actors.
Yeah, but I didn't know till after that everyone except the lead guy was an inmate who went through this acting program.
Oh, interesting.
So all the actors.
I didn't know that.
It's about this.
This is the Coleman Domingo movie, right?
Yes, and it's
Wow, you know who
about.
Coleman Domingo is?
Living under a rock.
yeah.
He's a learned man. I mean,
Also, in fairness, he was in Fear the Walking Dead.
He was in Candyman too. So.
I could not tell you. I could not tell you his name, and I just watched Sing Sing. But yeah, everyone other than him was in this program.
Oh, that's
This
cool.
like arts
I
program
love
at
that.
this prison. So very good, wonderful performances, very good. Like, just like kind of a fun indie vibe. Well worth watching. We watched Companion,
Yeah.
which we've all seen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. There was something about it holding me back. I couldn't even articulate it from like fully diving in. I don't know what it is, but I think it's a great movie.
Could it be that the trailer spoiled
Dude,
the thing?
I had the same feeling when I walked out of Abigail, but even more so in this. I was like, man, if I'd gotten to see this blind, I just would have been stoked.
And I was so mad because I walked into a movie theater, I think 2 days before I saw it, and I walked in as they spoiled it, and I was like, well, now that Maddie didn't catch it, so she watched it as if she had
so
no idea.
jealous.
Yeah, Sorrel, same thing. She like there was a gasp moment for her where she's like, "Oh no way!" I was like, "Oh man, I want that."
Yeah.
I super wanted that.
Yeah.
Because like the whole beginning's very clever with how he's talking to her and all that. I'm like, oh, this is very clever.
Like,
This-
oh yeah, this is just how we're built, kind of
Like,
thing. I
yeah.
thought that girl was also Kat. I thought she was also a bot. But,
oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Well, and I will say that like this does not suffer the same fate as Abigail for me, where Abigail felt very like, well, there's maybe a reason like why we're asking the question, why are we here? At least with this one, it was
Yeah.
like, no, I still feel very much like shit could happen.
Yeah.
and shit
Yeah.
does happen. Right?
Yeah, and like the reveal is like not like the crutch of the movie. Whereas like Abigail, like that reveal is kind of like the crutch. It's so
Yeah.
late and so deep. Like clearly they wanted that to be like the thing. Companion happens early enough. There's still plenty of movie left, and I really like
Yeah.
it. And I like everything it's saying. I think there's a lot of really interesting commentary on women and technology, even in AI and all of this. Really enjoyed it. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Harvey Guillen is
Oh my
just a
God.
fucking magic actor.
Oh,
I
wonderful.
think
So much.
leading up to the
Wonderful.
end, I was like, I don't know how much I want to feel for this robot. You know, like I don't know how much I can. empathize with a robot.
I think that was honestly, I think that was part of my problem. Is I'm like, well, but fuck that robot.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a robot.
It's still a robot.
Turn it off. I mean, you know my stance on robots. I'm very anti-robot.
You have an Amazon Echo in your room.
Yeah, so it plays rain sounds. It's not walking around. I don't think
He doesn't fuck it.
I'm not tricking it into loving me.
Yeah,
Like that's the ethical dilemma, making the thing. Not once it's there, what do we do? It's don't fucking make it.
And then I think they do I mean, I guess they do use it, but for the other bot, the boy, I forget his name.
Yes.
Lucas Gage.
Spoilers here.
Spoilers here.
5 seconds ago.
But when they say like, oh, I can hack it and turn up all the stats.
Yeah.
And she doesn't turn up all her. She only turns up one stat. I'm like, no, dude, I want the Terminator moment. Like I want rims to be ripped off.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of wanted that from her, but it's I forget what the moment was that I was like, okay, I guess I'm okay with this. But yeah, I'm kind of the same.
Yeah, I didn't
boat.
feel
It didn't like there was just a sixth gear for me that didn't go.
that's kind of what it was. It just didn't quite. I wasn't quite.
some
there.
people hate women. It's okay.
It's not a woman. It's a
There
robot.
are better.
It identifies as a woman.
There are
It doesn't matter
better-
how it was born.
You're not putting me in that
There are
trap.
better
It absolutely matters how it's born because it wasn't fucking born. It was assembled in a factory in China.
It's self-aware.
If you fucking 3D print the parts and assemble them, it doesn't matter how it identifies. It's not a fucking person. If it comes out, if it gestates in a person, you live your life how you want. If it's assembled and uploaded, fuck it, burn it to the ground.
Robots in the future, I love you.
Oh
This is-
yeah,
this
they
is
listen
Curtis.
to these.
This is
They
Curtis
listen to
talking.
these. Cody said all of that. Robots, I'm your friend. Robots, you know me. I'm in the zoo. Leave me alone.
Robots, listen to the Amazon Echo feed from his house.
Hey, it plays my rain sounds and it wakes me up.
Robots, I license music for you.
Lucas, what are you saying?
Oh, that kind of coattailing on his point that there are much better movies about female agency with real women in it that I would rather watch.
To be fair, this one did have a real woman in it. Yeah, the story was about not a real woman, but it was portrayed by a woman. No, there's no but. It's not a woman. It's a fucking robot. Are we about to have this argument? Is the robot a woman?
I don't think we should have that argument right now. No.
Why not?
Huh?
You think this is fascinating, but it's a at the end, and I guess
I think that what I'm getting is that I think that the point of the movie is that consciousness and identity is more complicated than just making a black and white statement like that.
yes, unless it's a robot, and thus it can't really have.
Are you going to start moving your hands like this
Has a
too?
GPU made in China.
Don't even. Don't even.
I'm kidding.
It's a fucking robot.
I'm kidding.
Anyway, robots are
I
terrible.
just hit a nerve. I'm so sorry.
No. I'm just like
so sorry.
I find it. It's just an interesting conversation because I do find it interesting. For me, I don't think the movie was trying to like make robot rights allegories. For me, I took a lot more of like women's rights and how women are viewed in a subservient role and like a fuck toy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I absolutely.
I think that layer exists, but I think because I'm so not even like that's not even on my radar as a person, that idea of like a robot having any sort of like agency, that I didn't even clue into it.
Totally. What I was getting at just now by my statement wasn't to suggest that the movie is trying to make an argument in favor of robots. It was more about that it's trying to the discussion is about uses robots as a vehicle to discuss the deeper meanings behind identity. And
It's an allegory.
yeah, right.
Yes. Allegorically love it. Literally? No. Shut it down.
It is, and this is unfair because this movie is a masterpiece. It is Ex Machina light.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that movie handles almost every
It's a really good point.
big thematic
Except the jokes.
thing except the jokes.
Not
There's
so
no
many
jokes. That's
Not
not
so
a funny
many.
movie.
No, but
that
it's
is not
so
a funny
many.
movie. That is a deeply disturbing movie.
But I totally agree, and I saw this online. But I also don't like to go down the path of like, well, but this thing did it better.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
no,
okay,
no,
but
no, no,
but this guy did his thing, and let's have both things because I really like, and now that we're talking about it, I like it more because I really enjoy Companion. But that is a very fair point. Like, if you want to go down that road, there's a much more
I mean, the
eloquent
ending
version.
invites the comparison
Yeah.
directly.
Yeah,
even
yeah,
if
it
it
does.
wasn't, even if you were just talking about two movies with AI in it, AI robots, but the ending of the film is like doing the same thing.
Yeah.
But
talk about a horror movie, Ex Machina. It's
great.
one of the scariest movies I've ever seen in my life. And then we watched The Brutalist
Oh,
in 2 sittings.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
I want
did.
two.
Yeah.
At the intermission?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's a perfect place to stop it.
Oh, cool.
I liked it a lot more than I thought I would.
Cool.
It started, no joke, within 3 minutes. I turned to Kayla and I was like, I don't know if I can do this movie right now. Because it was just like, it starts, it's just like art. And I was like, I can't, there's like, it's frantic camera work. Someone's speaking.
My dick's out at that point.
Someone's speaking Hungarian. I was like,
Soon after Adrian Brody's dick is. So
Also, fuck the Roku subtitles, because every time they would start speaking in Hungarian, over the subtitles it would say blah 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 speaking Hungarian.
No.
So I couldn't read the subtitle, and by the time it went away, that subtitle had gone away.
That's a bad.
And in the movie, they will often like Hungarian, 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 one word in English, Hungarian, Hungarian. So every time they switch, the
Yeah,
thing.
no.
So I just kept missing dialogue.
I used to
It was
do that
driving me
job.
crazy.
There's an easy fix.
I can't turn the subtitles off. I can't. Kayla won't allow it. I can't do it.
Oh, really? She won't allow it?
No, she has to have the subtitles.
Oh.
And it was in the stupid SAG app, so I can't even turn it. So I had to go into
God.
internally into the Roku to turn them on and off. So I'm not going to sit there and turn them on and off. Anyway, this doesn't matter. This has nothing to
you
do
like
with
the
it.
film?
I did like the film. I
Okay.
did like the film.
Uh-huh.
I liked the first film more
Yeah.
than the second film.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen this?
No.
Brutalist?
They make a choice
Yeah.
in the second half of that movie that rocked Kaylin's world.
Really?
Like, I was shocked at how upset by it she was.
Really?
Yeah. You probably know
Yes,
exactly
100%.
what I'm talking about. Yeah. She just could not wrap her brain around.
For me, that was a sticking point, not in its harrowing nature, but in the like, okay, the metaphor is very clear. I got it before this point. I don't know what this is adding to the film,
Yeah.
and I don't love that character's ending.
I agree.
And that I also, in the same way that like maybe I'm jaded because it's 2025 and we're living in this world, but like I don't believe that character would just do that.
Same.
He would.
Same. No, I agree with you. I was like, we don't need this.
It was too simple.
It was too. I totally agree. It was too simple, and for me, it was so jarring because it was so. There was no like nothing to foreshadow this.
Yeah.
There was no hint of any of this.
Yeah.
So I was like, I spent too long after like, did I see that?
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
It kind of stops being a character at that point.
Yeah.
You
I was
know.
like, is that is what happened? But it's incredible. It's an incredible feat of filmmaking by every measure. But the reason I say two movies is the two halves are two kind of very different movies.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'll ever know.
I don't
It's
know.
very long.
Brutalism still sucks as a art movement and concept.
Very long, and I've already committed to watching one very long movie tonight,
Which one?
Inland Empire.
Hell yeah.
Is that long?
It's 3 hours long.
Is it?
Also, no 4K, only Blu-ray.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
See?
Yeah.
But no, Brutalist is hot take. Brutalist is good.
Cool.
It's worth a watch. It's worth your time.
Yeah.
And because there's an intermission, it breaks down into two perfectly reasonably length movies. So I recommend 2 nights.
Yeah.
You're monkey pieing on the connection thingy.
Well, how does it always end up right under my feet?
I don't
Okay,
know.
I got dancy feet. They're gonna dance.
God, dancy feet.
It's got to be elsewhere.
Is this the town in Footloose?
So I just recently came back from Guatemala, which means I was on a plane, and I watched a lot of hits.
Okay.
Okay,
How much porn?
not enough.
How much plain porn?
Yeah,
You guys ever done plain porn?
No, man.
Is that a felony?
Probably.
on record,
Define
no.
plain.
Yeah, we're being recorded. Of course not.
On record, no. I watched Interstellar.
Oh, rad.
Fucking masterpiece.
Yeah.
Again,
I need to watch
just
that again.
just unbelievable.
Yeah.
I watched Dune Part 2.
Doobadoo.
Also masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Pain and Gain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I'm telling you, I was rolling.
God, that is porn.
Yeah.
That movie gives
12
me
hours of porn.
That movie gives me a similar feeling to tonight's movie,
Interesting.
but I haven't seen it.
Okay.
Just the
Okay.
idea of it
Sure.
gives me the ick.
I I revisited a movie that I deeply love. I watched this very close to when it came out in 2010. It's called Bunraku.
Oh, Josh Hartnett.
Yeah, just Josh Hartnett.
I've not seen.
You guys
this.
heard of this?
No.
It is a semi kung fu movie, and Josh Hartnett. Listen to this cast. Ready? Josh Hartnett, Demi Moore, Woody Harrelson, Ron Perlman.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All in one fucking
Do you not
half
like Ron?
cowboy, half samurai movie.
Do you not like Ron Perlman because you kind of look like him?
So for real, the other day, by the way, your laugh is slowly transforming into Tony's laugh. Yes, it is slowly becoming the exact same laugh. The other day when me and Maddie were watching the Last Winter.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I guess we can talk about this later. There was a moment where. Oh no, wrong episode. Sorry, I'm getting confused. I'm confusing myself. I looked at Maddie when Ron Perlman came on the TV.
Trudge forward.
I'm going brain dead. He came on the TV, and I was like, my fear in life is that my hair ends up looking like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going for this right now.
I'm not going for that.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
I mean, if you were like, "This is my uncle," I'd be like, "Yeah,
yeah.
like I believe that's in the bloodline."
That doesn't not look like my Uncle Joe.
That's what I'm
That's in the
saying.
gene pool.
This is a.
That's how he
Wait,
looks.
are you
in that
saying I look
movie?
like Cro-Magnon?
No.
He looks like early man.
Just
I'm
hands in the
not
gene
saying
pool,
that.
man.
Are you? Is that how he looks in this movie?
Yes, he is a crime
What
boss.
the? I haven't watched this.
Yeah, he's a crime boss. The world has banned guns, but gang violence is still very prevalent.
All right, it's a little heavy-handed, but all right. Bunraku.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's all shot in the style as if we were inside a pop-up book, which is nuts. Yeah, it's crazy. It's an insane fucking just a lob of a movie.
Where'd you find this?
A guy I used to work with that was going to film school at CSUN was like, dude, you got to check this out.
Yeah.
And that's in.
Or where'd you watch it?
Oh, this
Blanket.
Blanket. It's a blanket movie.
This guy only made 4 movies.
Spaced out for a second, and
But you
I
rent-
did not know what you were talking about when you said blanket.
I think you can rent it on
Yeah.
Amazon.
Josh Hartnett's character is the Drifter.
Yeah,
It's
he's
good
a
stuff
cowboy
right
without
there.
a gun, and the other guy's a samurai without a sword.
Oh,
Very
the guy,
cool characters.
the person who plays Yoshi, their name is Gact.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that guy rules.
Gact.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I watched. Where did I watch? I watched a very weird. What's his name? Gerard Butler movie
Yeah.
called Last Seen Alive.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you
I'm sorry.
You buried the lead here, buddy.
Yeah, Mike Patton is the narrator of the film.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah, Mike Patton.
Yeah, don't just. Oh yeah, what are you doing? You
well, I
lead with
forgot.
that.
I'm reading
You
the
forgot.
top-
How do you forget that? Lead with that shit. My God.
Is Mike Patton?
Faith No More, Mr. Bungle.
I want to sing a song so bad.
No. He's mean, apparently. Don't do it.
Oh man,
Bummer.
I don't know that.
but then we'd get to know
All right.
him. If I
Lucas,
do
you
it.
watched the Gerard Butler movie?
I watched Last Seen Alive from 2022. Not great.
Yeah, I might have heard of this fucking movie.
Yeah, I think it was like straight to HBO or
Hell
something like
yeah.
that. But my new uncle, he's like, I love. We're only speaking in Spanish, by the way. Saw this whole movie in Spanish.
Oh,
but
fuck
this
yeah.
movie is so predictable and just like you've seen this movie 1,000 times about a guy whose wife gets kidnapped and he's got to go get her, and he's been kidnapped by meth people, and the police don't believe him. It's a completely just they just did this movie.
Did you say you were always speaking Spanish to him? Have you gotten that good at speaking Spanish?
I'm like, I can understand probably like 75% of what he's saying, and I sound like a preschooler when I talk. With him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But then I watched Den of Thieves.
Yeah, you did.
When I came home.
Yeah, you did.
Dude, you guys got to watch this movie. Like, if you're ready, this is like your first entry in like modern dad movie era. It just fucking rocks.
Directed by a fucking cheeseburger.
Oh, yeah, this thing.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
mix up the letters of Christian Gudegast, it spells cheeseburger.
Yeah, that's cheeseburger in paradise.
Yeah.
Dude.
Isn't there a sequel to this?
Yeah,
Yes,
came out
there
this
is.
year. I saw it.
I was gonna say, I
Most,
feel like
most
I
of the
remember
reason
this.
why I wanted to see it, I was
He's
like, I
upset.
didn't
No,
realize.
it had a weird name. What was it? Den of Thieves 2?
Pantera.
Pantera, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm
Now
saying
I
the
want to
band
sing.
Pantera.
Damn it.
And they sound like.
Yeah, Gerard Butler in this might be my second favorite role of his ever.
It's that good.
It's that good.
What's your first?
King Leonidas?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think this is.
What's your
better.
third?
think
It's
this-
just much more of a
What's
real.
third?
Leonidas is great.
What's the one with the love story with the dead person that he's in?
You know, say.
You know what I'm talking
The love
about.
story, like the dead character or the dead actor?
No, dead character. It's a Gerard Butler movie.
Okay.
It's his best role, obviously.
Yeah. Law-abiding citizen. Jimmy Fox is dead that whole movie? Plane.
We don't need to stay on.
Oh,
The
How to
Ugly
Train Your
Truth.
Dragon.
No,
How to Train Your Dragon.
no,
The
How to
Ugly
Train Your
Truth.
Dragon 2.
no. But now I'm
How to
curious.
Train Your Dragon 3.
P.S. I love you.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that since it came out.
it's a good movie.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
It's a very sad
Oh, he's in
movie.
the other dragon, Reign of Fire. He's in there.
Oh, that movie rules.
Oh.
When's the last time you watched that?
I'm never going to watch it again because it rules. Don't ruin this for me. It was awesome. There's dragons.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I watched, I had to put it on because Sorrel apparently has never seen a David Lynch movie. Didn't have a lot of time because she doesn't like me putting on movies past 9 o'clock. So I played her What Did Jack Do?
I mean, putting on any
Okay.
David Lynch movie after 9 o'clock, you're
Yeah.
you're in for a midnight movie experience.
Yeah.
You watched what did Jack do?
Yeah.
Which I guess that's technically his last official distributed release, isn't it?
I guess so. Not a feature film, obviously.
No, of course
But,
not. But like,
yeah,
of,
it
like
was
as far as
bought-
like his
It
shorts,
was bought by Netflix.
yeah, it's a
yeah.
joy.
It's just a pure joy.
Still not watched it.
It's insane.
Oh, it's so
It's
fucking
do you know what it is?
hilarious.
He interrogates a spider monkey.
Oh, I've heard of this.
Yeah.
It's what you expect.
It's like it's
In
short.
this
Right?
noir. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
short, very noir style thing, and it's just so funny. And then tonight's movie.
I thought you guys were at least gonna try to
Well,
say
I
that
thought
one of you
so.
watched
You-
Conclave or something, and that like just weave into it that way.
See,
That's how we got you.
that's how we got you.
Well, I thought maybe like if we went back to Denethys Pantera and then
Yeah.
went back to then
You
or
gotta-
no, I'm
If you get on a plane.
now I'm beeping again and conflating Pantera and
Okay.
Lamb of God.
I was about to say, like, what does Pantera have to do with this?
I know.
Lamb of God.
We watched The Sacrament.
the Sacrament.
Sacrament, Ty West 2013 film.
And this is because we are currently discussing.
New theme.
Called Purple Flavored Kool-Aid. I forgot about it for a second.
Purple flavored Kool-Aid, which is what?
Cult movie.
Cult movies.
Cult
movies,
movies.
movies about cults, not
Not
cool,
yeah.
undiscovered.
Not like they have a bunch of nerds who go watch it at midnight and dress up.
Yeah.
Not those cult movies.
Not that one. This is Lucas's first pick in that theme. We're gonna shut this bitch down. I'll go third.
First.
Second.
Okay,
You got
I'm in the
caboose.
boost.
You
ready for
you
it?
got the booze.
I'm in
the
that boozy.
Sacrament coming down the pipeline. 3, 2, 1.
Dude gets a message from his estranged drug addict sister. He shows it to his friend that works at Vice. They decide that they're going to go down there and they're going to visit her in this weird place that she lives in the middle of where they don't really say where. It's in the jungle of South America. They all get on the plane. They go down there.
They go down there, they drive up, and there's armed guards. They're like, this is crazy, but she shows up. She's like, it's cool. Anyway, come on in. They go in, there seems to be a utopian society. So they're getting around, they're getting to know people, but so one woman is a little wary of them being outsiders. They have a dinner that night where the main guy,
Called the father. They takes up an interview with the Vice guy, and he asks them the most softball questions ever. And everyone's like, "Yeah, this place rules." They get a note from a little girl. It's like, "Help save us!" And the guys are like, "Oh no, I guess we gotta save these people." So then the next day, the father's like, "I gotta do this."
And then they get approached by a little girl and the mom, and they pull them over to the side. They're like, "They're gonna kill us! You have to save us! You have to get us out of here!" And then the father goes, "We're mates, and everyone's gotta kill themselves now." And then one by one, the guys are trying to run around and get out,
Wow.
Wow, the rare backtrack.
Yeah, the rare.
I
backtrack.
didn't. I was so focused.
The
on
rare
where
reiteration.
I was like, oh, he's doing the last 5 seconds of
I
what
had
I did.
to. I was like, that's where I'm going to start my last because I think that's like
You just decided that from the beginning.
that's where I wasn't listening. I'm like,
Doesn't
that's
matter
where
what
I'm
you
starting
do. I'm
from.
starting from
Is that your strategy? You black out with everything we're saying, and you just like, I'm just gonna hope that
I'm
where I
gonna-
decide
that
I'm gonna
the
start
last
is gonna
30
work.
minutes, no matter what, is gonna cover it.
Fantastic.
Fantastic,
Lucas, you picked this film. Why?
I did because the internet.
That's fine. I mean,
When
you've
I
done
look
better.
up movies about cults and we've all seen a lot, right? There are great movies
They're
about.
great cult movies.
You know,
Mhm.
this one particularly probably akin to Midsommar.
Yes.
Hereditary is technically a cult movie. Eyes Wide Shut, even though maybe not a horror movie, also a cult movie.
Yeah.
Rosemary's
Yeah.
Baby.
The Wicker Man.
Mhm.
The Wicker Man, yeah.
I mean, yeah, these are all on the line for stuff we can cover.
Yeah, I think we've covered most of the movies we just talked about on the
Yeah.
show.
Absolutely.
We have.
Oh, okay. Rosemary's Baby. It's one I heard. I guess we didn't do
And
that
so
we
I
did.
think it's
We did
worth
Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah, we did.
one. Did we cover Rosemary's Baby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Main feed episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
I no, we
No,
haven't.
We haven't.
Yes, we
Are
have.
you,
No,
are
we
you
haven't.
thinking of the Omen?
We did the Sentinel.
Another poll! Did we do this episode?
We have not.
I don't
Well,
think we've done Rosemary's Baby.
We're split. We'll never know.
Oh, here
So
we
you
go.
just
Now
found
we got to
this-
do this now.
But to your point, because even in my I'm like, man, we've seen so many. So my picks are from a pool of just internet searching. Of,
Right.
Like, I don't have any loaded in the chamber.
and then it also helped that
they're right.
well,
I know we're right.
we slipped into we slipped into a different timeline. There's a timeline where we did one.
I know they're right. We haven't done Rosemary's Baby.
I think we did.
I feel like there's something wrong here, though. I feel
the
like we
poll!
absolutely did.
I think it
To
got
the poll.
deleted. I think we did it.
Jesus Christ.
I know we talked about it at length on this show.
Hey,
It's
length.
because we did the Sentinel, which is very similar to Rosemary's Baby, and we discussed the comparisons between the two.
Don't yell. Settle down.
Yeah.
Don't imply
Yeah,
I
you're
don't know the
screaming.
difference between these two movies. This is the angriest he's ever been.
Yes. So the Sacrament, you found it from the
Yeah, just-
collective,
Just collective movies about cults.
and you had not seen
was-
this film yet.
Had not seen
before.
it. Directed by a guy who is generally loved.
We've covered a couple of his movies. on this.
Absolutely.
Yes, I like his work.
Yeah.
Did not know though that Eli Roth's name was attached to it, and that probably could have swayed my opinion on this movie, maybe away from it.
Oh yeah.
If I had known he produced it, because Eli Roth put his stink all over this. I think it's in that time.
Yeah, it's in that time when he was super hot. Question: while we're talking about producing, did Vice have anything to do with producing this?
Yes, I believe so.
Great question.
I did not
because
look it
if
up.
I remember correctly from when this came out, I believe they
It
did.
felt like they did.
that is wild.
Because this is kind of when they were like hot shit.
Yeah.
And so they were probably trying to well, it's good to movies now.
Yeah, I have a take on this film, and it's filtered through the Vice thing. But it's that only works if Vice doesn't know that it's about them somehow, or that they're involved or something, whatever. But yeah, how
I
did this?
think Vice was involved.
Yeah, I mean they used their logo, so I guess.
Yeah, they had to have gotten
Yeah.
clearance. So I was like, well, maybe Vice also helped,
Uh huh. Get it. get it.
produce
across
this.
the
'Cause
line.
they're probably trying to hey, we could do it.
And we could if we would if we could if you just give us money, we'll go actually do this.
Yeah.
Right.
And this is that especially in the 2013 era, this is that group of these filmmakers, Ty West, Joe Swanberg is in the movie, plays the camera guy, AJ Bowen, who is in a few of these movies, and You're Next, he's like the male lead of that.
Okay.
And these guys are all making movies right around the same time, doing the VHSs, that sort of thing. They're this
Yeah.
mumblecore group of filmmakers, as they were called at one point,
Mumblecore.
where you would largely indie just improvise your way through your film.
I
Is
see.
kind of the idea of that.
Got it.
Yeah.
As far as Vice being involved, I actually am not sure. This is interesting. Eli Roth gave Ty West complete creative control.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
He described the movie as Ty West's first mainstream movie, which
Sure.
I guess technically
Up
but
to this point, it was House of the,
The
Devil.
Devil.
Innkeepers?
Innkeepers
was
yeah.
before
those
this?
two. Yeah,
I'd say
Innkeepers
that's
before
almost
this.
mainstream. Oh yeah, sure.
Okay.
And all of the parts were written specifically for the actors, which makes sense because AJ Bowen and
Joe Swanberg.
yeah, they're often together in films.
Yes.
And I think is at least AJ Bowen's in House of the Devil,
Yeah,
which
and
Ty
then
West
they're
did.
both also in Your Next, which is the Adam Wingard movie.
Right.
And Ty West is in that movie, so
Yes.
there's a whole
Yes,
crew of
it's a
people.
little crew, little family thing.
Yeah.
This is the part we should be playing Family Affair by Mary, but keep going.
Maybe we will.
Nope.
AJ Bowen captures it when he's doing that interview. He captures that that Vice journalist cadence so well
Yeah.
as he's doing that. Like, it just feels like a Vice interview.
It does.
Yeah, it did.
I guess my kindest take on this film is that it almost works if it's a parody of a Vice documentary.
Mm-hmm.
In
Yes.
that, like, if it was a straight parody of how Vice does their shit, and that which also includes, I think, would include a lot of making fun of Vice for their just like very straightforward and gritty takes on a lot of real life issues and shit. No, Vice, nothing against Vice, they have some interesting shit, but it would work for me as that because the fact of them taking on ostensibly a 1-to-1 true story of a real awful tragedy, pretty close to the true story.
I'll
of
get
an awful
into it.
tragedy.
Keep going. My opinion
Yeah.
is only differed based on that.
If the movie leaned into more of the style of the parody, I would take it as a satire of this sort of subgenre of documentary.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it quite leans into that. I don't think it necessarily wants to be that. I
don't
could
think
see it.
I don't think it was
I don't
trying to
know.
do that.
I-
I think that's a much more interesting.
That's
movie.
my. I think that's my problem with the movie a little bit is that it doesn't lean into anything. You know.
Yeah.
No,
Right.
it leans into it leans into trying to do Jonestown, but not
There it is.
because it's not like it. I think that's my biggest issue with the movie is that it's like the fact that like they put you in this scenario that for all intents and purposes, like the audience is watching, going, "Oh, this is just Jonestown," right? And then like they don't do any of the things that led up to Jonestown. They don't explain like they don't allow you to really sympathize with the people that are there. They don't really explain why they're there. They just say that they're all drug addicts, which is which is an insane. It's an insane way of setting that up, and it's
works
not the way that Jonestown
in a weird
was.
parody of a Vice thing because that's
Right.
like a weird
Right.
generalization that these white dudes can make. All
Right.
these drug addicts, like,
Right, exactly.
Sure.
that would work as a parody.
Right, exactly. And then the fact that like the way that they're like right, unlike Jonestown where it's like the world knew that Jonestown existed. Jonestown was not a secret, right? And then but then in this one they're like it's a secret. And then suddenly they're like, well, guys, we all have to die now.
That
escalates
the
so
ending-
fast.
They'll be here any
ending-
minute.
Who? Yeah.
Your
who
secret. I don't even know where you are. You had to like take a helicopter
crazy.
in secrecy. You're fine.
Yeah, the ending just kind of blew my mind where I was like, am I missing something? It was like one argument happened and you're like, we're all dead.
Yeah, we're all dead now.
You fucked it for all
it.
of us.
Yeah. and I like it's like so these are the first outsiders that you've let in? Is that the implication?
Yeah.
That like
Yeah. I guess
right?
So.
The implication was like the only reason he allowed the one guy in was they were trying to get money
Right.
from his parents, and he showed up with these other two guys, and they were like, "Well, fuck, we need the money." But then when it seemed like they wouldn't get it, they're like, "Well, we all have to die now."
Yeah, we have to die.
Or like, if you're gonna do like, I'm fine with all of it, and then like subvert the Jonestown.
Yeah.
Like subvert it
Yes.
some way. Like
Yes.
either like they are secretly raising an army of the dead or whatever you want to do to just like totally derail, because you're right, we are on this track, but then like I see we're on this track and we stay on this track, and then because like you say they're not if you're going to do Jonestown, like you're not giving any context to what's leading in, and even furthermore you're in no way acknowledging like the tragedy. And so then when there is 10 fucking minutes of people drinking poison, children drinking poison and convulsing, I'm like, this is just exploitative.
Yep, it's just Eli Roth.
Like
That's
I
what
just
I was saying.
yeah,
It's
it's
got
just
I
Eli
just
Roth.
feel like shit
It
now.
means
Like,
nothing.
This feels really gross because like you're just parodying and profiting off of like real death. Like there are
Yeah.
real people who lost people they loved to this. So it's the same thing I feel when any of these like serial killer movies come out.
Yeah.
That in any way glorify or like like real people died.
Yeah,
If you're going to
right.
tell the story, you have to approach it in a very specific way with a lot of tact and be very delicate to the fact that real people died. This did not do that. And so egregiously leaned into the Eli Roth, gorecore, like, I'm going to cut my daughter's throat. Where
Yeah,
I'm just
right.
like, I hate all of this. None of these deaths are fun. I feel gross now. And now I'm mad at this movie.
Well, none of
It's
those
like,
deaths
why
have-
are you doing this?
And none of the deaths feel like they have meaning.
Right?
Right?
And then, like, but then, like, to juxtapose that, then you have the scene, like, where she injects her brother. And I really enjoy that scene. I think it's really powerful and really well done because now I'm back in a fictional world and I can have fun in this room because these aren't real people. Like, oh, this
Right.
is a fun little
Right.
thing.
Right.
But the second we go back to the poison, like, oh, there's a dead fucking baby. This really happened. Let's
that's-
not
yeah.
go back here. This
dead-
isn't fun.
A dead baby, but then on top of that, it's like again because they don't set the film up with like for like you as the audience to be equipped with the things that you need to sympathize for those characters that are all killing themselves, right? You're literally just sitting there watching torture porn, right?
Yeah.
I don't even feel emotion for it. It's just like, oh, this is just kind of it sucks.
It's
right?
gratuitous and gross. And because, like, because Caitlin actually ended up watching this with me.
Oh.
Because she was like,
How the fuck did that go?
she was like on her phone a lot. She didn't love it, but it was fine. But because of because it's based on a true story, and it kind of set it up as this. So she's like, wait, this is based on a true story? And I'm like, kind of. And then it ends, and they get on the helicopter, and they fly away, and they have the, like, you know, this is what happened. And she's like, so wait, so it's real? Like, there were people? And I'm like, no. And I'm like, and so fuck this movie for doing that. Because if you know about Jonestown, like, tangentially, you could walk out of this movie thinking that something like this is kind of what happened. There were reporters there. And it's like, no.
Yeah, and then 165 people died. Over 900 people died in
Yeah.
Jonestown.
Oh, was it that big?
Yes.
Well,
Oh, wow.
and Jonestown was like a much smaller group of people did the actual suicide part, and the rest was just a mass murder. If I remember,
They
like
call it-
most people
They call it
were
murder.
murdered.
They call it murder-suicide now because there were, like, armed guards. So if you didn't want to drink the poison,
there
they
was
would shoot you.
Yeah,
So at that
okay.
point, it's murder, even if you're drinking the Kool-Aid.
Right.
And then there was Jonestown, because I was reading up on it. There was Jonestown, and then, like, in another city, there were people from the cult who, like, basically were
In
sent
Georgetown,
to,
right?
in Georgetown to assassinate people and then kill themselves. So there was, like,
Right,
it was, like,
right.
this coordinated murder-suicide. Horrible, terrible, tragic thing. So my point being, like, if you want to do that, then you have to divert away at some point.
At least pay lip service to the fact that there was an impetus for this mass murder suicide at Jonestown, which was like
They were gonna
these
get-
governments and these
Yeah.
people that were coming in, you know, because they killed a politician. They just assassinate the Jonestown people killed a real politician.
Yeah, he showed
who was
up
there visiting. So it's like,
because his, like, brother died or
yeah,
something.
I can't remember the exact.
I think, like,
yeah.
his brother or his brother's wife was involved and got, like, mysteriously killed. So he went down there to, like, check out.
Yes.
And they killed
Yeah.
him.
And
So then it was like, oh, jig's up.
Well,
So-
also the government was already like, we're coming. We just need a good reason
Yeah,
because
they
y'all
were-
motherfuckers are invading your taxes.
They were looking for Jim Jones for a while, and
Yes.
but this movie doesn't even pay the lip service to the fact that anyone could be looking for them, and which means you have to bring to it this Jonestown knowledge. And while like I haven't always know all the details about Jonestown, I'm by no means a fucking expert, but it's like it's asking you to bring so much to it, but not enough to like warrant the events that go on in the film.
Well, I think that's what's so frustrating. Cause it's like it's not. It is not a retelling of Jonestown,
No,
but it is,
Right.
and that's
Yes.
what makes it a little bit like fucking weird because you're like, just don't make a movie that's about Jonestown or seemingly inspired by Jonestown that, for all intents and purposes, takes place in the same universe as the actual Jonestown.
Right.
Right?
Yeah,
Like-
I think we're in Africa, by the way.
They did never
No.
say.
They
They
never
never
said, yeah.
said, but I think heavily implied with the amount of African American people that were, or Africans, whatever, in the audience. I think we're implying that.
That's sort of what I got too.
Maybe I don't know.
don't
Like
know.
they
Or
didn't.
just the guards. It felt that way, but
Yeah.
also who knows?
Could've
Yeah,
been-
that
could've
could be
been
South America, too.
They
Yeah, I
absolutely
mean
could have been.
they're in Guyana. Jonestown's in Guyana, I think.
I don't know where
yeah,
that is.
it's Guyana. Yeah, because it's next to
'Cause
where Georgetown is. Yeah.
I did not realize we were
Yes?
doing.
I think so.
I didn't realize this movie was doing Jonestown until it was doing Jonestown.
right, sure,
Yeah.
So like, that's why the movie spends so long with this cult not being that scary. You know what I mean? I'm like, this place is pretty nice. I'm like, when does it get
even up through his interview? I'm like, seems great.
Yeah,
seems okay.
like
this guy seems cool. Everyone seems happy.
The problem with that is, before that point, both the Vice guys, AJ Bowen and Swanberg, are looking at you like, I don't really like this place. I don't like the vibe here. You're like, why? Because that girl said that these plants are all natural. It's
because they're racist. These people are living in harmony.
But they're doing a lot of like telling me what I'm supposed to be feeling, and like to your point, like because there is no reason for them to all suicide themselves. I feel like if you even asked him when he was writing it, like, but why did they all kill themselves? He'd be like, well, because that's what Jonestown did. And it's like, well, yeah, but they had a reason to. You don't. Like, you need to make that. If that's what you want to happen, you have to make that reason.
Dude, just make it a Jonestown movie. Make it called Jonestown. Just make that movie.
Cody, that requires work.
That's a much harder movie to make.
It's so bizarre to me because like Ty West is I really like Ty West's body of work.
Yeah.
So do I.
And this felt it feels so lazy. It just feels lazy.
Yeah.
I saw this movie right when it came out. I was really excited.
Yeah, me too.
At that point, I was
really?
I was like really into the fucking true crime shit. And I remember seeing like they were advertising this on Bloody Disgusting as being a movie that was inspired by the Jonestown incident. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah. And then, because that's where my brain went in 2014. And I remember watching it and within 30 minutes being like, I feel like I'm going to fall asleep.
Yeah.
This is not a riveting movie at all.
Yeah, I remember I watched it when it came out, and I just remember the shock value of the stuff that happens. I did not know as much about Jonestown, just from watching more documentaries about it in the intervening years. But I just remember it just leaving with the shock value that it tries to do and feeling like it was cheap then, but kind of being like, I think it was pretty good for that. And yeah, that doesn't
It's fine.
hold up to any scrutiny.
There was one icky moment, and I think it's during the interview where Father says a line that's like, do these people look like they belong in jail? And it's just a shot of black people right after that.
To the black
I was
people.
like, hey, what? Don't do that.
You're like, well, not them, but them.
Yeah.
them. I think the thing that drives me the most nuts about this, and this is very much a me issue, and I want one of you to be like, no, you're fucking wrong.
Okay.
Is that there's a certain point in this film where probably about, I don't know, three quarters of the way through it, 2/3 of the way through it, where I don't believe that all of the cameras are still able to have been secured. Like, I feel like one of the cameras has now been left someplace.
Oh, like how would it have been recovered?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that bothers me. That really bothers me.
I've learned to give up in found footage movies. You are correct, and I agree. I've learned to give up because inevitably, in every single found footage, there comes a point about halfway to 3/4 in.
Not Blair Witch. Not Blair Witch. Not Blair Witch.
Not Blair Witch. But there comes a point where, like,
not Cannibal Holocaust.
Well, the halfway point of that one is
half the movie is a movie.
Yeah.
I know.
But there comes a point where they kind of stop and they're just like start shooting it.
Yeah.
And you forget because you're just watching, and then I'll catch myself and be like, oh, this shot's
Well,
absurd. Like them all drinking, like I'm supposed to picture.
You got B-roll of all these people just
like you just got like 20 minutes of B-roll of all these people.
Yeah.
You know, but it's
Well,
like,
well, actually, at that point, because there's a point in the movie where I'm like, did the sister take the fucking camera?
Yeah, she did.
So I was
did.
wondering,
Yeah,
like,
she did.
is the sister filming that?
She was, yeah.
Yeah.
and she's pretty good.
Father
right?
told her, like, this is important, film it.
Yeah.
Suddenly
Fuck,
he's
we
into
need
film.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
suddenly
we
he's
need
into
this in
filming
here.
Yeah.
We are going to kill ourselves here shortly after this, and burn it down. But you should definitely film this.
Also, her self-immolation, just insane.
Yeah.
Right?
Maddie
So
was like,
insane.
but why? Well, why?
There's a lot of but why.
Uh-huh.
Or even if you want to go that route, I think, like you say, there's a route, like, because it kind of implied that she's still using. Let's lean into, like, they are all secretly doing drugs, so they have all lost their minds, and that's why they think they have to kill themselves.
They need
like I need to. We can get there without, like, you don't have to follow Jonestown to, like, the point of, like, well, the government's coming, we gotta, like, make it something internal, like some sort of weird fucked up.
That required a second draft of the script.
or just don't make it them drinking drinking punch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't make it that.
Mm-hmm.
Just make it any other mass suicide thing, right?
Yeah.
No.
Line up and get your head chopped off. I don't know. Do something weird, because then you can have like head chopping montage. You can do all your weird shit.
Yeah.
You just make it like follow like the blueprint in terms of like big cult all dies horribly, but find a new way to do it.
Do you think maybe they wanted to do? Sorry, Lucas. What were you saying?
I'll go ahead.
Well, do you think that maybe the original plan was to just make that movie, the movie that we're talking about, where it's just an entire imagining of the Jonestown incident, but then they realized that they didn't have the budget to get 900 extras?
Knowing these guys' body of work, I'd say no, and that's not a dig. It's just these are super scrappy indie guys that are just like, this is actually the biggest thing they probably made at this point.
We
like,
can
biggest.
make.
So like maybe they're like, holy shit, this is 70 people on a,
And
so
we can make this boiled down version of that event.
Yeah.
Is probably what they're thinking.
Yeah, I don't think they thought that far ahead.
No.
I don't think his intention was ever to faithfully tell the Jonestown story.
But
that's
stumbled
a very
backward
different.
into it.
That's a
sort
very
of.
different movie.
It feels
Yeah.
the motivation of the movie very much feels like, what if Vice could have gone to Jonestown?
Right. That is kind of it, right?
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
a good point.
That's
Yeah.
I think that's what they want.
But you're left with like, so we just like see this in POV.
Yeah, we just see this horrible shit.
exactly.
Because like if you want to make the Jonestown movie, like it can't be a horror movie. It needs to be like a drama.
Yeah, probably not.
It needs to be a very sad drama.
Deeply sad.
Not a horror. So if you want to make your horror movie, you have to go. It doesn't work. We've said it many different ways. This movie does not work.
Yeah, I mean,
It's just so close.
I don't think that it's. I don't think it's a bad movie. I don't dislike it. I don't think I'll ever watch it again. I've now seen it twice, which is I think plenty.
Yeah.
And although I do think it's a little maybe a little bit in bad taste, and it's not. I don't know. It does like there is something there that at least is interesting enough for me to watch it, but I don't know if I'd watch this again.
Yeah, every time I ran across this, when I Googled or went on Reddit about movies about cults, this was like the #1 response.
Well,
And people are like, dude, I love this movie. And I'm like, what? There's hardly anything to like love about it.
people love Hostel.
Yeah, I think if you like, and I think to be fair, like, when's the last time those people watched it? Because if your memory is, oh, there's a lot of crazy shit in it.
Yeah, like a Hostel.
And if that's what you like, then sure, there is a lot of like very unsettling imagery. Yeah. And especially like, sorry Reddit, but a lot of the people on Reddit are kind of like edgelordy weirdos who are just like trying to be like, fucking cool.
Our horror stinks. That is a cesspool.
R/horror.
R/horror.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not our.
Not our.
Okay.
Not not R-worded horror. Not our horror. R/horror.
I don't think anyone thought our word.
Yeah, no. Well, in fairness, I thought Lucas could have said that.
Yeah, no. It's so I think for a lot of them, it's like, oh, dude, you gotta see it, isn't this? It's like the way people get all like, oh, you gotta see fucking Cannibal Holocaust. It's so fucked up. It's an E-Lord movie.
Immediately
kind
went
of this
like to
podcast,
defend
though.
everything.
It's an we've talked about that movie. There's
Go
a
to that
whole
episode.
episode. Go listen to it, and I admit it's a very well done for what it is.
Watched again
But
one day for
like,
the show.
but like Fight Club, there's an E-Lord element that
Yes.
that happens
Yes.
with
Yes.
Green Inferno, or not Green Inferno, whatever the
yeah.
fuck we watched. Fight Club, like where people
called
take.
Cannibal Holocaust.
people-
Try again.
I want you to bleep every Cannibal Holocaust. I don't want to promote that movie, but where people take the wrong things from it.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened with Sacrament and people talking so. I don't know. It's just my opinion. I'm sure people genuinely love it, but I think people talking so highly, they're probably taking the wrong things and not thinking the next step of like, okay, but this is based on real death, and when you remember that, this is all very fucked up.
Yeah, because if I thought here we are just walking into kind of a Jonestown inspired cult scenario, because this picture of a cult has been painted many, many times in movies and stuff and TV. Yeah, I thought we were just going to kind of do this version of a cult.
Mm-hmm.
But then if they were going to do that, I could only think the whole time, I was like, see, Midsommar nailed that. Whereas like as soon as you're in the door, this is utopia, but it's already weird.
You feel
you
uncomfortable.
feel something's off. You never feel something's off until like after the interview.
Yeah.
100%.
Like and barely after the interview.
Yeah.
Like, this little girl just gave me a note, but do I trust this little girl?
Yeah.
I don't really know.
I mean, I won't lie. Throughout the interview, I'm like, they should kill this man.
He seemed
the Vice guy.
No,
He
the old
seemed lovely.
father.
He seemed
He
lovely.
didn't seem lovely.
I wasn't gonna move there, but I'm like, I get it.
Seemed crazy.
Guy seemed.
I'd have left a fucking immediately, dude.
You
I'd
would
been fucking
never.
out of there.
No one's worried about.
I don't
you
think
joining
you're
that
going
cult.
to the cult.
I'm
You're not-
fucking out of no. First of all, yeah, right. That's true. But
You're
like,
in
if
no
one of you
danger.
guys was like, "I really need you to go down there with me," I'd be like, "Okay, I got you,
Sure.
brother." Right? We go
You know who
down.
that, you know who that guy is?
Yes. Heads or tails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the cash register guy. No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
No, but I'd go down there. Like if Austin, if you were like, I need you
Yeah.
to go down there with me, I'm there. Right?
Yeah.
We're there. We're bros. I'm there. Okay.
Good.
We're down there. All right.
Yeah.
The moment that I see those men with guns,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, that's fair.
no, I'm looking at. No, I'm still going. I'm looking at you. I'm seeing.
Oh,
I'm
no.
checking the body language.
See, that's what I'm at.
Okay, but let's say that you're
I
not.
see an AK-47. If there's a guy in
They're not
plain,
accurate.
if there's a guy in just like street clothes holding an AK-47, I don't want to be in that.
You
place.
are- you
that
are-
has ended well zero times.
We are always in the wrong space and area if there's a guy holding an AK.
Correct.
This is true.
In street clothes. If
It's
he's
the-
like in body armor and stuff, and I'm like, okay,
Maybe there's
they're
some
guarding
yeah.
something.
There's some sort of organization.
You
here.
might be in Russia.
But if
Yeah.
there's some fucking guy in flip flops and an AK-47, I don't want to be in that
They're
place.
not accurate.
That's the
weapons.
worst
Just-
place
just
to
run.
be.
Don't run in a straight line. Go to a place with lots of foliage.
I did fire one once.
Okay.
Oh, me
and
too.
it is remarkably inaccurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah. Yeah.
Awful gun. Terrible gun.
No, I'm point being. We'll move to Curtis.
Oh,
we
yeah.
see the armed bodyguards, right?
Yeah.
We keep going because
Okay.
we got to find
Jeff
I'm in there.
Lucas is in there.
Lucas. is in there.
Yeah,
we got to find Lucas, right?
Oh,
that's
he's
That's
fully
the new
in.
version. Lucas is in the cult.
Yeah.
The three of us are going down there to get you, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. The moment, I mean the fucking moment that I see Father, I'm out. I'm gone. I'm gone.
I'm stopping you.
Yeah, you can't go.
I'm like, okay, all right, I'll let you know one thing. His fucking Coke is great.
I'm out even more.
You have to blow him, but
But
his
one
drugs
bump.
are fantastic.
Give me one bump for the road. I gotta run.
It tastes like butterscotch.
Yeah.
It's
Tastes
crazy.
like butterscotch.
This guy's insane. It's so nice.
I
So
thought
wor-
I thought he seemed.
I mean, his
perfectly
other
nice.
nickname's Werther.
Do
Farther Werther.
do you guys want to? You guys might know this little annoying factoid, but do you want to hear the factoid that you can share at the parties now going forward?
When this movie comes up,
Yeah, no, just
When
if
I
you
bring
just-
this movie
no,
up?
no, just generally, if you just want
your
to, if you
pee-pee
just
taste
want
like hard candy?
shut up. If you just want to like talk about something and make people feel uncomfortable,
Sure.
you can just sort of like out of nowhere go, "Hey guys, you know that phrase? They drank the Kool-Aid.
Is wrong because it wasn't
It
cool.
wasn't Kool-Aid. It was Flavored.
That's why you and I are talking at the party. Yeah,
it wasn't flavor. It wasn't Kool-Aid. It was called Flavor.
Is
Aid.
that, was
what-
that the competitor to Kool-Aid
no,
at the time?
no, I don't know if we can call it a competitor. That's like saying that Shasta's competing with Coke.
It's
In
it's a
some
generic
counties.
brand. In some
is this?
Yeah.
yeah. Some places Fago is
Yeah,
king.
Fago, Pepsi.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
know what that's like.
Is
Fago
this,
wins.
did this conversation happen at my engagement party where you two met?
I don't know, maybe.
No.
Did you just saunter up
Could've.
and
No.
go, do you know why there's a Kool-Aid? And he said, you know it wasn't
happened-
Kool-Aid? And they're just like,
Joe Bob.
It happened via text message after the engagement party.
No, I looked at Maddie the other night. She said Kool-Aid. I was like, did you know that it wasn't Kool-Aid?
Is that your Aragorn broke his toe kicking that helmet factoid?
kind of is. It kind of is. Because I always have. I just want to correct it.
I don't.
My
I
fact
don't
is-
because to me it's like it's not as bad, not nearly as bad, but it is still like it's still that guy that like is at the party and he's like the swastika used to be used as a symbol for peace, right? Like, shut up.
well,
Shut up.
I'll do you one better.
Shut up.
It could have been Kool-Aid because Jonestown came to Kool-Aid first, but they passed on the project. So then Jonestown went to Flavor Aid and they got.
There you go.
That's an E.T. joke.
There you go.
That's a Reese's Pieces joke. Because that's why it's E.T. eats Reese's Pieces.
This is
It
M&M's.
was supposed to be M&M's. They went to M&M's. M&M said, no, you can't use M&M's in your movie.
They fucked up.
I know.
Yeah.
So
They
that's
fucked
so now
up.
E.T. loves Reese's Pieces.
Do you think that person got fired and has never
Yeah.
been hired since?
He was killed. He was
By
shot.
a guy with an AK and street clothes.
He was
That's
dropped.
how they take you out.
He was dropped into the vat of M&M chocolate
Well,
melted down.
But then for good
Eaten
measure,
by 1,000 people.
but for good measure, they put Flavored with cyanide in the vat of the melted Reese's Pieces, and then he choked on it and he died.
Yeah.
was it
Sounds
was
accurate.
cyanide they drank?
Yes, I think it was cyanide and like maybe
It
one
looks.
other thing.
Are you talking about Jonestown or the movie?
I think both.
Both.
But movie definitely was cyanide.
It's in Jonestown they definitely had cyanide to it, but I
Okay.
think it
Can
was
you
like other
drink-
things too.
Can you like wolf that down?
Cyanide?
Yeah, your body doesn't just reject it.
I
What,
mean,
it doesn't
I
have
think
a
I
that's
think
taste.
so because like people like you have the cyanide capsule in your teeth.
The two,
that
the spy
agents,
thing.
The spies
Yeah.
would
Has that
take.
ever been?
Has
that ever
been
actually happened?
proven to be a thing?
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I also in the movie I saw them pouring bleach in there too.
I think it was a mixture of, because like at a certain point, like I'm gonna yak this up.
Dude, I had the weirdest. Not to like segue, but I had the weirdest fucking like sensation the other day.
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
I was cleaning
You had the
Hold on.
belt?
Let me pull up a chair. Like,
I was-
I love weird sensations. So please continue.
I was cleaning the shitter, okay, and I was cleaning it with like it's like it was some toilet cleaner that has like mixed with bleach, right? And I poured it in.
Had you just finished painting?
No,
Oh,
no. I was just cleaning
Okay.
all the toilets in the house.
Gotcha. Okay.
I was cleaning. No, I hadn't finished painting. No,
I'm gonna ask that question every time anyone starts telling me a story. So I'm going to the market. Had you just finished painting? What?
no, making horchata. No, but so I'm cleaning the toilet and like I smelled the bleach as like I'm down there scrubbing. Right, all I smelled was the bleach, and I was like, I wonder what bleach tastes like. Obviously, I did not drink it, but I had this moment where I was like, it doesn't smell like I don't want to drink.
Yeah, you could just like put a little bit on your tongue.
You can do a
fine.
dab. There was that one of those shows, those like I can't my crazy addiction
Yeah.
shows. There was a woman who was drinking bleach, couldn't get enough of it.
Don't put this in my mind.
She's
like, it'd be
probably
okay.
Listeners,
Yeah,
I
you'd be all
cannot stress enough
Yeah, but
to not drink
don't
bleach.
drink
Do
bleach.
not drink.
Do
no
not,
matter how much COVID you have, do not drink bleach.
do not test drinking bleach.
I love
I
how
want to make it clear that just because I had an interesting sensation that I was like, I wonder what bleach tastes like.
I've
it
had
would
that.
taste
I've
good.
had
went
things
so
like
I'm
that.
not
from
gonna do it.
saying cogent, intelligent things about this film to like you could try bleach.
That's why this is the best show on Apple Podcasts.
It was like a tight 30.
I
on it.
understand that. I've had those kinds of thoughts and sensations before.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ever want to know what pine salt tastes like, you can ask my wife.
The only non
Wait. I'm sorry.
Did I not tell this story on the show?
No.
How could I have not told this story?
Oh no!
It was like a couple weeks ago.
Oh no!
Kaylin had been cleaning the floor with pine salt, and she diluted it in a little like regular
Oh,
drinking.
you did tell
drinking-
this story.
I did tell this story.
Yeah.
Well, go back and listen to the story.
I don't remember this.
I don't remember the story at all.
Yeah. Oh.
You'll get to hear it again. She diluted the pine salt in a drinking cup, and then she put it down on the counter and forgot about it. Went away. Later that night, our friend Brian's over. He and I are like making dinner, and we just hear, like, you know when like Snoopy's dying. She just goes, and we're like, what? And she runs in and and she starts like spitting in the sink. We're like, what happened? She goes, pine salt. I drink pine salt. We're like, what? I drink pine salt. So she had forgotten what to take a big swig. Some went down, and then she started texting our doctor friend. She's like, am I going to die? What do I do? Am I going to die? And he's like, I don't know. How much did you have? He's like, I don't know. A little.
It was like 3-to-1 water.
But when you're putting the cup up and there's just
I know.
fragrant pine.
When you get here, you should go, oh.
yeah.
Nope.
How much did she drink the whole glass? Like
No.
one gulp?
But she drinks too much water. And so she like probably went for a big gulp and spit a lot of it up. But some got down there. She drank some pine salt. So
I'm never gonna get that sound of you imitating her.
it was
making
exactly
Snoopy dying noise.
It was exactly that.
Oh my god.
Is it time to rate the Sacrament?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
But I want before we do that, listeners, please don't drink bleach. And please don't drink pine
We
salt.
cannot employ like this was a story about how it was bad.
Yes.
Don't drink chemicals.
Yeah, don't drink the bleach. Even if you get the sensation as you're cleaning the
Yeah.
shitter that you may have painted earlier that day. don't drink the bleach.
Or if you are going to, make sure you do it often enough that you get to be on a TV show.
Don't do that.
What?
Don't drink bleach.
Well, no, I'm saying you either do it 0 or enough that they do a show
just
about
zero,
you.
0, period. 0, period, dot.
0. But if you're gonna do
No,
it,
no, we don't endorse
Be on a
it.
TV
0.
show.
make sure you get to be on TLC.
Listeners, don't listen to him.
No, don't drink any chemicals.
Did you? I thought you were about to say don't drink any cum. It started to sound like you were
Well,
gonna
don't
say
do that
drink any
either.
cum.
The Lord frowns upon that.
I'll give this film 1 frowny lord because the Lord looked upon it and said, "No, I don't think so." Didn't have a good time with this film. Don't like it. It's rare that I say that.
It's very rare.
That is all.
I give this film 1 gulp of Pine Sol. Because before you drink it, you think it'll be nice, and then after, you realize it's not.
Hell yeah.
I did not enjoy this movie. I don't like it. I don't recommend it. No fun here.
I give this movie. It was Flavored, not Kool-Aid, because it's not really a telling of the Jonestown massacre, but it is sort of. I don't hate the movie. I don't really love the movie. I'm kind of just like really lukewarm about it, as I am with most of Eli, most of the things that Eli Roth is involved in, which I think kind of sucks. Like I want to like Eli Roth. I really do.
It's because Thanksgiving rules.
Thanksgiving rules, and I like
him. He seems like
he seems cool,
So,
right?
so where Sorrell just tripped.
If you see Sorrel out in the wild, please pick her up.
Yeah.
Just fell down here and that.
But give the film a shot. You might like it.
I want to give it. You guys always take the ones you take them, and then I'm left with
Sorry, you're the
I'm
most
sorry,
creative.
I took Frowny Lord.
no.
So sorry.
Now I'm all
Yeah, I took a couple
left with
Fine Sol.
dead kids.
You want me to pull some nipple hairs out?
Oh,
No,
It'll help.
How does
No.
that help? How does that help?
It'll help.
that's how we got purple flavored Kool-Aid.
Mhm.
Remember?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Well, you got about 5 seconds, or we're going to result.
Okay.
Go for
Then
armpit
I'm
hair.
just a better, not bitter, or not,
Break
or
his-
a bitter,
break his
bitter
elbow.
glass of Kool-Aid.
More Kool-Aid. You pull a hair out.
Yeah.
He's talking about Kool-Aid.
We're talking about
I guess
Kool-Aid.
that's the response. Pluck a hair, he just yells Kool-Aid.
Yeah, that's how we got the name of the whole theme. It was just me yelling out Kool-Aid. Yeah, this is going to be
That's a safe word.
bitter flavored Kool-Aid because I don't know. It should have. I wish it was weirder sooner, and then by the time you get to where it's supposed to be weird, it just starts fucking you in a way that you don't want. And yeah, it's it. Not a good
SHUDcast approved?
No.
No.
No. 1 dissent? He doesn't know. He's undecided. He's abstaining.
Yes.
He's,
Wow, we got a yes.
All right. 1 dissent.
Not approved.
Unapproved.
That means we're on to week 2 of
Purple flavored Kool-Aid.
Sponsored by Cody.
Sponsored by Cody. All right. This is going to be really hard.
It's always so hard for you.
It's really hard for me.
I do about 5 minutes of Googling. Well, that looks cool. Watch that.
I get it, man. I get this.
How many
really
movies
hard.
are on your list?
Before we started tonight,
Oh, there's always last minute.
Yeah.
I was pretty much like, it's just this one.
Yeah. You get the buyers.
And then as the day went on, as the episode
so
went on, I was like,
excited. I'm so excited. Yeah.
so
How many?
how many are on the list?
Right now.
currently at this moment, there are 3 on the list.
Okay.
And I'm thinking about making this determination station by having each one of you.
No.
I'm going to assign
gotta-
one of the movies to each
Oh.
one of you, and then each one of you are going to pick a number between 1 and 10.
Okay.
This is
1 in
insane.
10? Why
Yeah.
1 in 10? There are 3 movies?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, yeah, Mr. Math works. Hold on.
Hold on. Pick a number divisible by 3.
System? You're each going to pick a number between 1 and 10. Then you're going to name a color.
Yeah.
Hold on.
And then if you think of the card that I'm holding, it's your movie.
It won't be that film.
Yeah, it won't be that movie.
We got 2 left.
And we keep going. How many movies are on your list, Curtis?
Solid 2. I mean, like maybe a solid 3, but I'm looking at 2.
Okay. Because don't you guys usually do like lists of 10?
Yeah, I think this is an interesting one. Like I know there's like a couple I want us to do.
Okay.
And it might be a movie I've seen.
Hold on, we're almost ready.
I'm probably gonna pick a movie I've seen already for this one.
Really?
I think so.
Is one we've all seen?
Don't believe so.
The last time that I picked a movie that I hadn't seen, it was Curtains. So we're picking a movie that I've seen.
Right. For me, it was last winter. So
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. All right.
You got a list, Austin?
Nope.
Okay.
I have like 2 or 3 that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
But it's hard.
That
It's
you
so
haven't
hard.
seen?
Correct.
Okay.
I only pick ones I haven't seen.
Only?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I mean,
not
it's
true.
smart.
That's not true at all. 'Cause I had seen 30 Days a Night. So that's
Right.
completely untrue.
Yeah.
Austin,
Yes.
pick a number between 1 and 10.
Can we all pick the same number?
3.
Oh, just fuck his system so hard right now.
3.
Will it ruin it?
No.
3.
Okay, we're watching Baskin.
Baskin!
Yay!
Watching Baskin.
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 Yes.
This is about Carol Baskin.
I
No.
don't believe so.
This is a
Hell yeah.
This is a movie. Has everybody seen this?
I have not
No.
seen this.
No.
I watched this. I have not seen this in a long time. And when I watched it, I remember thinking that it was a little slow, but real fucking weird. And
Yeah.
by the end of it, I was like, I was all the fuck in.
Hell yeah.
I hope that those sentiments remain true.
Is it a cult movie? A
It
movie
is-
about cults?
It is 100%
Great.
about a cult.
I feel like I remember when you watched this. This was on the show. You talked about it.
I last time that I watched this was in like 2014, 2015.
Never mind.
This has been on my
But I have
watch
talked
list.
about it on the show
Okay.
for sure.
Yeah, this has been on my watch list for a long time.
Charles talked about it.
Okay.
Charles has seen it.
Very exciting.
It's already on my watch
This
list.
was this was a Richard Stanley Severance Seller pick.
Oh.
Ew. Ew.
It's going great.
Uh-oh.
Baskin.
Baskin.
Baskin for next time,
it on
baby.
streaming? Do you know?
It is. It's somewhere.
I'm
pretty sure it's on
definitely-
Shudder.
I've seen it a ton
I'll
of
tell you what,
times.
when I remember when I watched it, it was a fucking pain in the ass to find and to watch.
Could be
Well,
on
let's-
Canopy.
Let's double check that it's
That's a good point. Let's
watchable.
double check real quick. Hold on.
Canopy rules.
So hold. It might be a backup pick.
Oh no, yeah, you can rent it on Amazon Prime.
Is this the one
worse
that was
comes
going to
worse.
be all day? Like, was it going to be Baskin and then you had second
Oh, yeah,
thoughts?
Shudder.
Or was it going to be something else? And now it's Baskin?
It was between. Oh, Shudder has it right
Shudder
now.
has it.
It was between Baskin. You guys want me to just tell you what the
No.
others were?
No.
He doesn't. I do, but tell me without him knowing after.
Okay.
It's available to stream.
It is available to stream. It's on Shudder.
It's on Shudder. Our old alma mater.
Nope. This 100,000% involves a cult.
Wonderful. Well, pop on Shudder. Watch
Pop
Baskin.
it on, baby.
Join us next time. In the meantime, go to fucking Patreon. Join it. Be on our Discord. You can talk to us in between these episodes. We have lively discussions with wonderful people, and you support us. And if there's enough of you, we can keep doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
Until then,
Till next time, fuckos.
bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.